Na, 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 na. I fucking butchered the name. I said butchered. I said the wrong name for the composer of Danganronpa. You know the Makoto whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Masafumi something. I completely called
Yeah.
that nigga Rui Katsumatsu something like that. I'm like, whoops. I mixed up the designer of the characters.
Oh, the art. Yeah, the art. The artist.
And I'm like, I'm actually an ape. Yeah, because I'm like, that nigga's artwork is distinctive. I know when it's him. Like, oh, you did this. Oh, you did this. Oh, you did this. He kind of like Volfan. I fuck with him. Kodaka?
Yeah. Mm.
Exactly.
Watch how you talking to me.
We'll see how I
Better hang
feel.
him up by his fucking big toe.
Watch how you talking to
Fucking
me.
bastard.
Watch how you talking.
That's one of the greatest
Watch how
series.
you talking to me. Watch how you
Wasn't it on some petty shit too? Like he was like mad about something that the fans did, and he did
Watch how you talk.
Anyways, that was going downhill from the anime.
Falling six. Have you ever seen
What,
someone
remember,
falling
remember
six?
what they said? Remember what he said? There's certain things that could only be conveyed. I said, what did you do here that couldn't be in a visual novel? What?
Nothing.
One thing.
different.
Show me
He's
one
so
thing.
Like, what this motherfucker trying to say? Oh, well, you know, I had two different anime showing two different things, bro. Fate Hollow Ataraxia came out in like 2006. Shut the fuck up. You following two different stories in the same game? One during the day, one during the night. So I want to hear that shit. Oh my god, I hate him, bro. Only can be done through anime. Yo, I'm gonna show you something that can only be done through you feeling the knuckles of my fucking fist on your face.
This ain't no fucking virtual reality game. It's real life. Can't believe y'all did that to Junko, the greatest, the GOAT. And I said, I don't even know what to do with this. I have to literally create my own headcanon and pretend none of this happened so I can stay safe. I also already feel like it's Uchukochi, whatever, for AI, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I already feel like he's gonna take this AI stuff too far.
Probably.
I already feel like it's time for him to wrap it up and move on to something else or do something different with it. But I'll judge it after I guess I played that what's it called? Kaname Date.
He gets an education. That's crazy. Hey, you see big man till you feel stronger.
I wasn't mad at it. I'm like, alright, increased blood flow, 3.6 increase in reaction. It's just so funny how it happens sometimes. I'm like, oh my god. And you know what though? I feel like Japan still somewhat likes QTEs. I forgot that game has QTEs. One time I was chilling. I'm like, oh! I put the controller down, my hand was in my ball sack. I said, hey, yo, that nigga died. Because I did not press left. He got blown the fuck back. I was like, oh shit, my bad. Same thing with Master Detective. Like, oh, I gotta dodge left and right and press the B button? Okay, my bad. I thought y'all stopped doing this and I got a lawyer. I have no problem with QTEs to be honest. They don't bother me.
Just as long as they don't make entire boss, like let alone the final boss of QTE.
That's
The
fair.
other than that, QTEs are fine. I think Shenmue had the perfect usage of QTEs. I like the way that Shenmue used QTEs, but like the shit that they did with freaking Uncharted 3 and what the fuck name I get? Shadow of Mordor. Yeah, the entire final boss, the motherfucker that killed you is just a QTE. I said, man, bro, come on, dog.
Yeah. I saw Omar solo leveling with the axe because she kind of sniffed him. You guys are your fucking aura farming power fantasy from Korea, man. As long as y'all having fun though, you know. Anyway, we're here for episode 17 of the Frame One broadcast. We do this whenever the fuck we want, and obviously we got a lot of gaming news to cover. Specifically, what just happened recently with shit. I don't know. I thought I'd think of something better to say. Shit, Nintendo. I don't like that. And then whatever, Nintendo. And what they did with the Switch 2 Direct, and they recently had other Directs showing other Switch games, which had 3 things I cared about. None of which I'm going to play on Switch, but I'm here with the one and only Master of the Empire, the leader, Simi.
The whole world will look up and shout, "Save us!" And I'll whisper back, "No." Hello, everybody. It is I, the unholy ruler, the leader of the empire, and I am here on diplomatic relations with my blood brother, the one true pirate king of the tower. Yes, it is my good friend Yeti. I am here to once again lend my powers as much as I can. As we're here to talk about video games.
Even though y'all don't play games and you hate us, but you know.
Oof. Yeah.
All you guys do is read. All you guys want to do is read manga and watch anime. I actually want to say read anime and watch manga, but I fucked it up.
You know, the mangoes is cool and all, but press buttons. Buttons is cool too.
It's raw.
Oh my god, it's raw, bro. Oof.
You could start with I guess what you were doing on stream. I know you were playing some Spider-Man games, recently and whatnot. But what have you been playing recently on stream or on your own time, if you've had time to press anything, recently?
Yeah, so it's so crazy because right now I hate myself. Why do I hate myself, you might ask? Because the only thing that I am playing outside of streaming is a fucking gacha game. And every single time I load that shit up and I realize this is the only thing I'm doing in my free time, I'm like, damn. I hate myself. But yes, I am indeed going to a Spider-Man marathon in the Empire. All the citizens of the Empire know this. Mm-hmm. I am currently playing through a lot, not all. I'm not a fucking madman, all right? I mean, I am, but not that much of a madman. But some of the Spider-Man games, we already gotten through 4 whopping Spider-Man games. That's Spider-Man 1999. Then Spider-Man 2, 2000. Then Spider-Man 2002. Then Spider-Man 2, 2004. Isn't that such a wonderful naming scheme? Absolutely amazing, if I do say so myself. That being said, the first 2 Spider-Man PS1 games are absolute dog shit. Don't play them. Don't listen to YouTube. All them motherfuckers on YouTube are lying to you. I played Spider-Man 1 PS1 twice. I played both versions, the N64 version and the PS1 version. They stink. Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro is even worse. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Spider-Man Treyarch arc based off of the Tobey Maguire movies. It's the first one. I like that game. I like that game a lot. Very cool game. Spider-Man 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
That's the game that was. That's the game that was split. The critics hated it and the fans loved it. But the only thing that the fans ever talked about was the fucking pizza delivery song. So I already knew that's kind of whatever. I mean, Spider-Man 2 is it's okay. I understand why the critics hate it because it's not very good, but it's still a technical marvel. Now we are on, allegedly, quote unquote, the best Spider-Man game of the generation. That is Ultimate Spider-Man. Where you're playing both as Peter Parker and Eddie, whatever the fuck his last name is, playing as both Spider-Man and Venom
Eddie
at the
Brock.
same time. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
His forehead is ginormous in that game. Oh my god. But Ultimate Spider-Man.
Code Lyoko? How the fuck I get out of this shit?
How the hell do I get out of this shit? But yes, we've been playing through we've been going on a Spider-Man marathon all year. Well, we're kind of almost. We're halfway done because we still have after Ultimate is the PS3 game, and that's where I'm ending it. We're not playing the Insomniac bullshit. We're not even playing all the PS3 games. We're not playing Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. But yeah, we've been Spider-Man, and other than that, I've been playing AVAL, the AA open world RPG from Obsidian Entertainment. It's a pretty good game. I thoroughly enjoy it. In the Pillars of Eternity universe. That's good stuff. But most importantly than that, I bought a fucking CRT. Oh my goodness gracious. I have been wanting a CRT TV for years now. And I finally got my hands on one. I said, bro, I want a Trinitron. I want a Trinitron. I want a fucking Sony Trinitron. and somehow, some way, I got my hands on one,
Hey.
and it's great. It's fucking great. Playing 2D games, especially like pixelated games on there. Oh my gosh,
It looks so
bro.
much better. It looks so much better than trying to play on a HD TV. It does.
Bro, son, not only are the colors on this TV just gorgeous, but the smooth, just this buttery smooth 60 hertz scrolling on the TV. It's just amazing, bro. It's absolute nothing beats playing any type of console that uses composite cables on an actual CRT TV. It's just yeah, trying to thing it on a LCD just not good at all. But yeah, I really like my CRT a lot. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to use it recently since after buying it, but man, it's some good stuff.
Okay. Cause I know you were like getting like your Wii set up and everything too, and you're getting some Wii games. You got that Tatsunoko. I don't know who has my copy. I'm so sad about it. I can't find it. Cause yesterday I was showing off a couple of the games, my GameCube games and stuff. Cause they're like GameCube on thing. I'm like, I don't care. My GameCube's right here. I can play it. Like I don't need this. I'm not paying $20 for their shitty internet to get this stuff. I'm only bothering at the next Pokemon game because they brought back the only good battle gimmicks in Megas. I'm happy for you, but that's the wrong answer. The right answer is play. Don't worry.
Cassette beats.
Exactly when that video comes out, I'm going to be obnoxious. I'm going to do the thing that I said I wouldn't do, where I'm like they can coexist. No, they cannot. There's only cassette beasts. Hold on, let me pull out Can Devil. This is all you need in your life. Fuck a Pikachu. Look at Can Devil. This nigga raw. He mo better. But as for me, funnily enough, I actually opened the case to show you guys like on camera and everything. I got a code for the digital novel for something in Master Detective Archives rain code. I do know about it and I've read it already online, but I didn't know I actually got a digital code for it. So cool. But Detective Archives rain code. I like saying Tokyo Games, but I guess it's pronounced Tokyo Games. Spike, Shunsoft and Kodaka. Mystery game where you play as Yuma Kokohead. You guys will see my it's not even a review. Actually, I guess you, if you don't care about spoilers, you can watch it because I don't really do reviews. I just talk about the game in great detail. So don't watch it tomorrow. By the way, Simi, don't watch it. Spoilers in it. Wait till you beat the game. But yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. I will just say this, like with this game, I find for these types of like Ace Attorney, your Danganronpas, your Zero Escapes or whatever, right? Like the main thing is kind of like, you know, escaping the class trial or the court trial. Those have always been my favorite portions of the game, as much as I like when I kind of separated my daily life case/investigation and then the actual like trial itself. For the first time, I'd actually say it's reverse, where like before the quote unquote crime happens or you get caught up in the case for the chapter, and the investigation portions I have enjoyed more than the, you know, traditional gameplay portion, which is the mystery labyrinth. I don't think the mystery labyrinth is bad in any capacity. I like it. It's very fun. It's just my least favorite part comparatively, as opposed to like the Danganronpa class trial. I'm always like, fuck, finally, let's do it. Okay, I got my evidence. It's time to go to trial to defend my my client, the Ace Attorney. Hell yeah, let's do it. So yeah, what's up, Mikey? I'm still waiting. I'm still sitting here waiting for Fate Extra and Tsukihime remakes, Far Side routes. I don't even know what the Tsukihime Far Side route is. I know they're making doing a remake for that. But
It's the other three. It's the other three routes of Tsukihime. Tsukihime has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Has 5 routes: the near side and far side. Near side is CL and Arcwade's routes, and then the far side is Akiha, Kohaku, and Hisui.
okay.
That's what he's talking about. Yeah. So the game has 5 routes in total in one game, and he just gave it a cool little naming convention to it. The remake only did the near side route, so they only did Arcade and CL's route.
Yeah, so good game. Obviously good enough that I wanted to make a video, even though I didn't think about it in the moment. Masafumi on the soundtrack, still really good. I find that he always has at least like one standout, and there's like one looping in my head. from like one of the reasoning death matches, and then I think about dun 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 from Danganronpa. Like he's always got like one super slap. Aside from that, I did end up buying Rivals of Aether 2. It's a platform fighter akin to Smash Bros. I think it's better, personally speaking. And my favorite character from the previous installment just came out yesterday. I haven't had a chance to try her out, so I played it a little bit. Me and my friends beat Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, another beat 'em up, which was fun. And I am currently playing AI the Somnium Files, or I think it's called actually the Somnium Files. Nirvana Initiative. I'm actually almost done. I can tell I'm in the end game. Very obvious to me, but I just wanted to sit down and kind of do it in one sitting, or else I would have done more last night, but I can tell I was getting to the end. I would say that I've enjoyed the first game a lot more so far, or in general, but we'll see if this like case wraps up in a way that I think the other one did really good with Falco and Date, and I was like, dog, Japan for once didn't give me some fuck ass twist, bro. Professor Layton ass twist. All of the residents were puppets. Are you fucking kidding me? We didn't really travel through time. We went down through an elevator and somebody Are you kidding me? As much as I like Danganronpa, the world ended. Like there's a lot to swallow, so that was a good twist. So I was very happy with it so far. Getting to see a lot of the characters from the first game mature and grow up has also been fun too. So good game. I'm very excited to play Kaname Date Never Sleeps after this. I think it comes out in like June or July. I think July 25th maybe. So that'll be fun. That'll be cool. I think aside from that, I haven't really been playing anything too much. I feel like I'm forgetting one thing. I don't know. So I can remember right now. I will be playing Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition soon. I did play the original one on Wii U. And it's fire. Okay, so it's July 25th. It's actually my niece and my mom's birthday, which is kind of funny. So
yeah.
I'm gonna get the I think it's called the Klein drops or Declan drops. It looks fun. The girl with the little boxing glove and like the straw hat and like the sundress or whatever. Like it looks cool. I want to get it. I'm gonna try that out.
That game. I said that I hated it. I played demo for it. I didn't like it.
Oh wait, you did mention this. Wait, what was the problem again?
Cause I said that the controls feel like on ice, like it doesn't feel precise at all. Like it always feels like I'm sliding all over the place. And then on top of that, I mean, I don't know if it'll follow this. It might though, but I've noticed that every 2D game that's supposed to be DMC but 2D, they do the cardinal sin of just having the entire gameplay loop being one thing. They don't understand that the reason why DMC works so well as a character action game is because you're not actually just fighting monsters and doing combos a whole 8 hours. There's puzzles, there's platforming, there's little things here and there that break up the gameplay, so it doesn't feel monotonous fighting. But in these games, and I have examples, what the fuck is the name of that game?
I know mutated and I'm kidding.
Well, no, not that.
No.
Freaking with the little bitch. Damn, I forgot. That's crazy. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is what I noticed about games that are 2D. No. It came out. I played it. I beat it. What I noticed about DMC but 2D games is that they do the same thing. You have a level, and the entire level will be walk a few steps, arena, repeat. There's nothing to break up the combat, so you're going to get tired of the combat very quickly. That being said, so I don't know if the Klein drops will do that. I have a sneaking suspicion it will, but I know for a fact from playing the demo from Next Fest a couple years ago now that I didn't like the controls at all. It felt very loose, very on ice. Like I couldn't control the character at all. I didn't like it. I wasn't fucking with it.
Okay, I don't like that then, but I'll do some more research. And if the demo's
yes,
still
Mikey, Vernal Edge. Thank you for reminding me. Oh my god, that game sucks.
For me, I was always surprised they did Xenoblade X Definitive Edition before Xenosaga port. I'm not, because Xenosaga is older, and I don't think a lot of people really know about it. As far as I'm concerned, people don't even really know about Xenoblade. They just hopped on a bandwagon when the second one came out, and it was kind of popular. But I think by testing by testing it and getting Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Definitive Edition to do well, and then following that up with X. I don't know how well it's sold. I think it'll give them incentive to do Xenosaga and then maybe Xenogears, but I couldn't tell you what they're thinking because they don't have fucking brains over there. Do you think the Switch will flop like the Switch 2 will flop like the Wii U? I don't. I don't think it will. I kind of get why you're saying it, because I feel like one of the biggest problems the DS to the 3DS and the Wii to the Wii U had was the naming, and some parents didn't know any better and thought like they could just buy like Wii U games for Wii and 3DS games for the DS and stuff like that. But I think the Switch 2 and the way they're marketing it, I think even with the price being expensive, it'll do well. But we'll get to that in a second. I'd see more in depth. Cosmos, I wish it won't. I wish it would, but it won't. Yeah, I would like to see some people actually pay. It's because there's always gonna be people who don't care. Like they'll just shell out the money and or have the money. That includes a lot of content creators because they'll recoup it. They can buy Pokemon, like a Pokemon content creator can buy Scarlet and Violet, even though it's a fucking shit game, and then just recoup their losses through streaming and whatnot. So they don't have anything to lose. It's something I never considered when I was thinking about like the general consumers, because like a lot of those streamers will buy the game multiple times for multiple systems and for multiple playthroughs, one for their stream, one for themselves, or if they're going to a hotel or something. So yeah, I doubt they will do Xenogears ever since Bandai has a chokehold over that property. That's fair, licensing things. But is there anything that's coming out that you're excited to play that you've seen recently?
I mean, well, honestly, my game of the year already dropped. Not only has Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out, but Peripetia is out. I haven't been able to play a single second of it, but my girl, my Polish robot Mary is out. So like, I don't need shit else. Fuck. What are you talking? Shit. Urban Mid Dissolution Center is out. Stories from Soul the Gundog is out. Like shit that I had on my wish list for years is already out. But unfortunately, real life is real life, and so I can't really indulge in the way I want to. But you know, I mean, I think there's something that's like on the horizon that I'm probably looking forward to. I can't put any fingers to names at this moment because my brain doesn't work, unfortunately. But yeah, there's probably something.
I think for me, it's definitely some of the like Hollow Knight type of clone games that I don't call them clones, but like some of those ones like Crow Sworn and Constance and Bow, Path of the Teal Lotus and whatnot. Those look really good to me. I like the demos that I play for them too. I actually have Bow. I just have to get through some of my backlog before I play it. Oh, it was Neon Splash for Demon Turf. I finally did that. So honestly, that's a good game, but like that's one of those games that I think will actually benefit more from going into 3D. I still found some of the depth perception and camera angling for that like 2D, 3D game to be a little annoying as a platformer. But granted, when I came back to Neon Splash, I hadn't played it in a while, and my muscle memory was shit. So I'm like, fuck, how the fuck do you play this shit? And I was getting mad. Yuzu and Ryujin X or Ryujin X might be fucked since I think they got paid to stop producing that. Someone else will take their place on some One Piece inheritance shit. That's really what I meant. If I remember correctly, I think you had told me this too, Simi. They got paid to stop doing it. But like, here's the thing. If I already have it installed on my PC, I can still use it, can't I? I just can't like update it or get anything more. So like whatever my friend has, he still has, because that's where I played Sonic Frontiers and Metroid Dread and stuff like that. I never actually owned them. I played them on my friend's very powerful PC and nice setup that I call my real house. Constance Fire, yeah, it's not out yet, I don't think, but the demo was cool. Simi got Shorty hitting the yeah darling. Is that from the stream? What that from? Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on.
It's Ryan. But okay. Yeah, Marvel Cosmic Invaders or Invasion. Dotemu. They're like my gateway to classic, side scrolling beat 'em ups. They've made a lot that I've liked recently, so we'll continue. Oh, River City Girls 2. Me and my friends actually finally beat that. beat that. I'm gonna still beat it on my own file and stuff. I haven't really done it on my own file, but we actually played that and finally beat it. So I finally beat the goddamn River City Girls 2 after owning it for how long, and River City Girls 0 also. So that was fun. I think that's about it. What costs how much? The Switch and the Switch games. We're gonna get to that in a second. That was the Polish European accent. Oh, my bad. I don't know how Polish people sound, honestly. The release of the Switch 2 will be the start of the great pirate era once again. Oh, let's get it. I'm cool. Piracy don't bother me. But if we got our mostly blah, 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 if we got a preamble out the way about things we're playing and looking forward to, like Metroid Prime 4 I'll play eventually. Never in a rush for Metroid games because as much as people pretend, that's a very niche series. Most people don't really care about it like that, and that includes me. I like Metroid. Metroid's cool, but like I don't sit here and think about Samus all day. I don't pretend that I am a super fan. I guess we'll leave it at that. So, Nintendo dropped their direct for the Switch 2, showing. Sorry, I gotta start with this. We have a new button, the C button. What's that for?
Oh my
we
God.
got the game. They spent 8 minutes talking about the fact they got fucking game chat. I said, "There's
They
no
got
way."
fake Discord.
Yeah, I'm like, "There's no way y'all doing this." First of all, that shit's in
First of all-
280p.
Dude,
Go ahead.
first of all, the C button is not even new. What the fuck are these motherfuckers on? Bro, do you think I was born yesterday?
There was a C
The C
D-pad and a
button?
C stick.
That's what I'm saying. What you talking about this C? We got a new button. Bro, y'all always was fucking with the letter C. Crib? Like, what? I'm not understanding that. We got a new button. And what does the button do? Oh, it's a Discord, but we got fake Discord. The UI, it look exactly like this bitch we sitting in right now. Bro, I hope Discord sue 'em. What
you-
the fuck is this?
Honestly, with how petty they were against Power World, I kind of want to see it. Cat.
That UI look 1-to-1 like Discord, bro. I hope one bitch get on the phone right now and say, bitch, you better change that. But you know they won't because Nintendo just is fucking Nintendo and everybody cower to them.
They scared. They don't want to deal with their army of lawyers and bunch of money they could throw at it. Most likely. Yeah, that was. I don't know if we have the specs for it. Let me see if I can find that. I don't recall I know they said you can play up to 120 FPS and everything. And it's just so funny because all the things that Nintendo, it kind of reminds me of One Piece fans. How they'll swear up and down they don't give a fuck about fights. And I hop in a stream with them. High diff, low diff, mid diff, no diff, baby shake. Oh, commander level, Yonko level. So you care about the fights. Oh, we don't care about graphics and performance as long as the game is fun and da-da-da. And now they're like, oh, we got 120 FPS. So now you care. I can't stand these niggas, bro. They stink. Discord don't have motion like that. Japanese Disney ain't no winning. Sending black vans to your house, or what they used to call them, Nintendo ninjas. Or when they said Nintendo had ninjas, and if you did anything illegal, they'd come to your crib with a cease and desist. And if not, you'd go missing. But if I'm being honest, the only things that I saw with the Switch 2 that moved me in any capacity was Mario Kart World. But that comes with a few caveats. I haven't played Mario Kart 8 since the Wii U era. That's over 10 years because it's 2025. I don't know what, maybe about 10 years because I don't remember what day it came out. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is not a different game. Just because you added like more tracks, cool. You added more characters, cool. I say characters like loosely because Pink, Gold, Peach. What the fuck are you guys doing? But anyways, and like Metal Mario, like nigga, just put a real character in the fucking game, not a power up version of the same character. The fuck is wrong with you guys? But like, I'm so tired of it. So like, this makes me feel like I'm free from Mario Kart 8 finally. I don't know how the 24 racers is gonna go because I think it's gonna be chaotic in terms of their item distribution and the I think if they fix the RNG of the items, that would be cool. I don't know what the main gimmick is. I know the carts transform depending on the terrain, so you get skis on ice and like water skis on water and it flies through the air instead of having the whatever. And I did read that you don't customize your cart anymore, but I don't know how it works. 20 chapter fight, characters lands, last attack, one shot, low diff. Yes, exactly. So I mean, it looks good. Like Mario Kart is racing. I never thought Mario Kart was the pinnacle of racing games in any capacity, as far as I'm concerned. But you know, it looks good. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think they've really made a bad Donkey Kong game in a while. I think Return to whatever was good and Tropical Freeze were good games, but that's more of the side-scrolling Donkey Kong game. But Donkey Kong Bonanza looks really fun. Just go ape, unga bunga, punch and break everything. I said, oh, that look gas. That nigga took a piece of earth, spun it like a fucking Beyblade, and rolled it like a top. I said, okay, that's gas. I did notice this. I think they're starting to design Donkey Kong more akin to how they made him in the movie. I don't know if that's just something Nintendo wanted to do, or they're doing like the Marvel thing, where like Marvel canceled Earth's Mightiest Heroes to create Marvel's Assemble to more align the characters' looks and styles with the MCU films. But the Donkey Kong redesign doesn't bother me. He's just a big monkey. So, yeah.
Well, for starters, we're not playing as Donkey Kong.
What do you play? Who you playing as?
I don't know who the fuck that Kong is. That's not Donkey Kong.
He,
Because they showed Donkey Kong at the end of the trailer.
I thought that was just a different skin or something. Honestly.
Nah, no way. No way. That the character we playing as specifically got that freaking blue denim overalls on that we saw Donkey Kong naked ass at the end getting crushed by that fucking rock. There's no way that was just coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we're not actually playing as Donkey Kong. That being said, I hate the way they fucking look.
Oh, okay.
Like I hate the way that fucking they made the Kongs look. Assuming that we're playing as two different Kongs, right? Or at least my theory is correct, and that there's two different Kongs in this game.
Is it because he has the overalls on? You think it's like maybe Donkey Kong Jr. slightly grown up a bit, or something like that, or you know what? I have to remember. Wait, hold on. We gotta remember, Donkey Kong that we know is technically Donkey Kong the Third. I gotta remember that. Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong. When he got old, I guess he just, I don't know, they started calling it Cranky. And I think they said the Donkey Kong Jr. in the very first game is technically Donkey Kong's dad. Yeah.
Yes.
So, I gotta remember that. But yeah, talk about it. Like I'm with you. It's jarring. It doesn't look right to me, but it's one of the things where I'm like, I don't know. I feel like because of the movie. I'm about to check for it. I check. Go ahead though. Let me check first.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's the way that they did their teeth and like the space behind his eyes. The way it just looks very weird to me. Like I know that we wasn't gonna get that, you know, that kind of 3D pixelation that Rare gave us, that Donkey Kong is so iconic with. But I just don't like the way that their faces look. Like I think it's very weird. I don't like the way their teeth look. I don't like the way his eyes look. Like the expressiveness of the 3D models themselves is good, but the way the art style for the Kong's faces is very weird to me. I don't know if that was just me, but the second I seen that MF, I was like, dang, bro, you ugly.
Okay, I'm looking at the movie version of Donkey Kong right now, and I definitely think they took some inspiration from this to make the character look like it. So let me just I'm gonna put it on screen, and then because I see what you're talking about, because I remember at the very end when the boulder falls on him, it looks more like classic Donkey Kong. So maybe there's some shenanigans going on, and I don't know the timeline of Donkey Kong. I'm not a fucking lore expert, but this is what he looks like in the game right now, presently, right? And he has like the overalls on or whatever, I think. And then if you look at this image here, this looks more akin to classic Donkey Kong. He's not wearing any clothes. He has the tie. And I feel like his fur and stuff looks similar. But what Simi's talking about, the way the eyes are kind of colored and shaded, still seems a little different. And then this is like the movie version. This is what he looks like in the film. I don't know if you think this looks more akin to what like we're looking at right now. Because I feel like they're trying to keep similar continuity to, I don't know, maybe not throw off new Donkey Kong fans from the fucking movie. I don't know how well that movie did in terms of money though, so I couldn't tell you how much Nintendo is putting into that. But I did see they're making a Legend of Zelda movie I'm never gonna watch. So I didn't watch the Mario movie either. I don't know why I watched the Sonic ones, but those are inoffensive to me as much as they're not great Sonic movies. They don't bother me. I'm like, you know, CGI fucking hedgehog. He run around, he turn to a ball, he fight, move on. So yeah. The movie design is supposed to be based on the original concept art. Apparently, he does look more like the classic version to some degree. I'll look at that in a second. They're trying to align the two, basically trying to emulate the pre-rare design. Okay, I see what you're saying. Now I thought you was the ape nigga. This should be your bread and butter. I definitely said this is like the one of two things that moved me in the whole 1 hour direct. I said Unga Bunga break everything is raw. Live action Zelda yuck. Mario movie definitely did well. Okay, I wasn't sure because I think I saw that the Sonic 3 is the best grossing video game movie of all time, so it beat Mario, but I don't know if that's true. I didn't check anything. Classic Donkey Kong. Let's take a gander. This nigga? Are we sure? I guess. I don't know if this is right. I can't tell, but I'll just put it on screen. This nigga ugly too. We need that rare design.
Tell him. Tell him.
It look more better. What does this look like to you? This look like.
Oh my gosh, bro. Ew.
Let's
Dang,
see.
bro.
Okay.
Motherfucker tan. Bro,
Okay.
get out the sun.
Okay, now let me switch it. I guess. Y'all can't movie with no live action elves. It's just I'm just not watching it. I rather watch Excuse Me, Princess. I rather watch
See, Phillips was on something. The CDI will never die. All right. I use my Phillips screwdriver. Then I play my Phillips game station. And that boy Link was talking about, well, excuse me, princess. Then he was talking about some, Shadala, we are off. Come on, bro, stop.
Ooh, it's smooching time. Yeah, anyways, I didn't like the direct. I don't think Nintendo's had a good direct in a very, very long time. Just every once in a while, like, oh, that's one thing that I slightly care about or care about. But it didn't move me. Like, they're still very far behind in terms of hardware. So look up the specs. That's what I was doing. I got distracted by Donkey Kong. Nintendo 2 Switch. And you gotta tell me what this shit means. Switch specs. All right, let's see what we got here. If any of this is real. Oh, Nintendo's got it on their website. Let's see if they lying. We're gonna see if they lying. And you can tell me what all this means, because I am a monkey, just like Donkey Kong, but I look better. Size. Do we care about the size and weight? I don't know if that matters,
No.
but okay. So screen. Capacitive touchscreen, 7.9 inches wide, color gamut LCD screen. LCD again, it's not OLED?
No.
Okay.
So you already know they're gonna come out with a freaking OLED version as an enhanced version. Like 3 years later, 4 years later.
Okay. 1920 times 1080 pixels, HDR10 support, VRR up to 120. I guess HS 8 G means hertz, right?
Wait, hold on. Yes, hertz.
Mhm.
HD is hertz, yes.
CPU, GPU, custom processor made by NVIDIA. Does that tell me anything? You just told me who made it,
No.
right?
Yeah,
Okay. Storage is 250 gigabytes. A portion of storage is reserved for use of the system, so not 256. Wireless LAN, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth, and TV mode. Switch 2 can be connected using the wired LAN port on the dock. Video output via HDMI connector and TV mode. Maximum of 3840 times 2160 4K resolution at 60 FPS TV mode. Supports 120 FPS when 1920 times 1080 slash 2560 times 1440 resolutions are selected.
they're
Wait.
so funny.
Why are you laughing? Explain.
So what this is saying is that when you are rendering when the Switch is rendering natively, and I use that term very loosely because we know damn well under no way, shape, form, or capacity is the Switch 2 gonna be able to natively render 4K. It's gonna be fucking letterboxed.
Mhm.
But anyways, when it's saying that when you're natively rendering at 4K resolution, that the maximum hertz will be 60. So they saying if you want that up to 120 FPS, what you need to do is having 1080p and then upscaled to 4K,
Mhm.
which I fucking knew was going to be that anyway. So essentially, if you that 120 FPS shit is locked behind 1080p upscale to 4K and not actual native 4K resolution, which anybody with a fucking brain, anybody knows how hardware works, would tell you that. Ain't no way that small little dinky piece of shit can house any type of hardware that's capable of natively rendering 4K and running games at over 60 FPS. So that's hilarious. That absolutely is hilarious. So essentially, what that shit is saying is 1080p for you. If you want anything above 60 FPS, 1080p for you.
So you can't even go. Not even 2K, eh? Not even 2K.
I mean, for whatever reason, they just skip over 2K. For I don't know why, but yeah, it's that whole 120 FPS shit is 1080p upscaled.
Because I was willing to believe they can get to at least 2K, but based on what I know of the original Switch and the fact that they can barely get shit to work and goddamn fucking can't even get like 30 FPS. Like I'm like I don't believe this. Whatever this is some type of cap, but I just don't have the technical knowledge to know exactly what it means. Naya, were you the nice jock who had nerd friends helping him at math in high school? No, actually, I failed math all the time and barely passed it in my 5th year. Or was my 5th year I did math? I failed grade 9 math. Then I passed it in summer school. Then I failed grade 10 twice. Then I passed it in summer school the second time. And then I think I don't know. I was bad at math though, so no, they did not help me. They helped me with other shit though. For math, I was on my own. I actually cheated, so I didn't even really pass math. I actually cheated. So okay, supports HDR10. Wait, did I read this already? Maximum.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so audio output supports linear PCM output 5.1 CH. I don't know what that means. Output via HDMI connector in TV mode. Surround sound effect can be applied when outputting the headphones or the built-in speaker. Surround sound effect when outputting to the built-in speaker requires a system update. Stereo. The independent enclosure structure provides natural, clear sound quality. Doesn't tell me anything. Built-in microphone, monaural, noise cancellation, echo cancellation, and auto gain provide. That's normal stuff. Everything does that now. AirPods have been doing that for years. Buttons, power button, volume buttons. Do I care what anything? Does anything else matter? USB-C ports.
No.
Battery life, charging time, approximately 3 hours in the sleep mode. Let me see if some actually has real specs.
Well, there's probably going to be nothing since it just got revealed. But and then according to Wario, it says that the NVIDIA GPU will be able to use DLSS and AI. So yeah, that I'm telling you right now, everybody. None of them Switch 2 games besides the rare occasion. So besides maybe like the next mainline Mario and the next mainline Zelda, or the enhanced Switch 1 games, none of those are gonna be running natively at 4K. Or as I say, only those are going to be running natively at 4K. Everything else is going to be upscaled via AI technology from 1080p to higher resolution. I'm letting you know that right now.
So when you upscale to 4K, it's not really 4K though, right?
Exactly. And that is the exact reason why people say that things like DLSS, I forgot the name of the technology that AMD uses, is crap, because it literally makes everything look like it's smeared in Vaseline, because it's literally just taking a smaller image and then stretching it until as a matter of fact, I got the perfect example. You see when you're trying to put a wallpaper for your laptop and you find a picture and it's small as shit and you put freaking stretch to screen
fit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it's mad pixely.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you upscale a smaller image that much greater than its original resolution.
So what's the point of? So the point of them lying is to trick people who, like me, who don't know any better, but I still know better because I don't trust Nintendo, to think that they can actually play the games in 4K. Because like, why lie? Why not just be like, yo, we can only get to like 2K resolution and whatnot? Because I feel like they feel proud enough that other game companies can finally put shit like Elden Ring on their system without it probably like blowing it up and like not being able to run, or they gotta do all types of cuts. I guess they can just port it over now normally for the most part. I'm really not sure how strong the Switch 2 would be compared to like a PS5 or an Xbox. I don't even know what the fuck the Xbox is on. Series S, X.
Series X and S.
Is that that's the latest one? It's the strongest one?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so like
Series X and S.
I'm sure it's still much weaker, just stronger than the Switch, because they
It
always.
absolutely is.
Okay.
It
so-
absolutely is. So for a little history lesson, everybody, it uses ARM technology. I forgot what ARM stands for, but essentially
Springman?
ARM is no. Essentially, ARM technology is just very small form factors, and ARM is specifically used for mobile devices. So you see the types of CPUs and GPUs that are in our phones, that is using ARM architecture, right? So point blank period, the Switch is using ARM architecture. So it has to use very small CPUs and GPUs, way smaller than the normal full size version of these things because of the form factor, right? And I don't need to explain that, just because it being smaller means that it cannot house all the intricate cores and circuits and all that other fun stuff that the full size big mamas can hold. Like, all you have to do is just go see the size of the current 5080, right? See the size of that, and then compare it to the Switch, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, right? So the point being is that the Switch is using mobile mobile hardware because it has to, because that's the only thing that could fit inside of it. So it's never going to be anywhere near as strong as anything that Sony or Xbox is doing. Now here's the fun part. Here's where I get to punch down at my enemies. But, well, Nintendo, they never really cared about hardware. They don't care about graphics. It's more about that endless family fun. So why the fuck these motherfuckers coming on in front of my face talking about some 120 fucking FPS? Y'all should know nothing about that. I thought Nintendo only cared about having fun. They didn't care about graphics and hardware. So now why is all of a sudden you got 3 Japanese motherfuckers in my face telling me, oh, we could go up to fucking 4K? Why y'all telling me that? You shouldn't even know what a 4K is.
You shouldn't
As a
care
matter of
whether it's
fact,
in 4K or 720. You should not give a damn.
Shit. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it going. Fucking the Switch shouldn't even be using HDMI. Y'all should still be using fucking composite cables if y'all don't care.
It's fact. Like, you can't use it as an argument as a positive now if you claim not to care about it. You could just be like, oh, it's nice that it'll look better. Like you could say something like that. But for you guys to be, for them on Twitter to be arguing like, oh, now it's like stronger or whatever. Because I'm like convinced in my brain it's not stronger than a Steam Deck either. Like I'm convinced like it's not better looking or stronger than a Steam Deck. I could be wrong. Maybe the OLED, but I feel like the Switch 2 is really not that stronger than the Switch. The same way I felt like the Wii U wasn't that much of a jump from the Wii, or the Wii wasn't even really a jump. I think I was told it wasn't even a jump from GameCube. Really, I think it just went from 480 to 480i, but I don't even know what that means. 480p to 480i.
No. It'd have to go from 480p 48 because 480i is interlaced, and then 480p is the full. So it's.
I don't know if you saw what I wrote in the chat, but I was like, I'm Captain America out the ice. I don't know shit about nothing. And you Captain America, you're like stupid. Obviously, when you put Ultron's neuron connector to the GPU processor, allows the. I'm like, all right, man. I don't know. I throw a shield. Go ahead.
Essentially speaking, like to put it in the shortest terms, like the difference between interlace and the P is the same difference between letterbox and native. Essentially speaking, interlace is not the full resolution, every single pixel in that resolution being rendered to, right? It's like every other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why 480i is not the same as 480p because it's a little bit less, right? It's doing a little trickery to look like 480p, but it's not the full native 480p. So that's essentially what they were trying to tell you, that they went from 480i to 480p. So it still was. And you know what's so funny? Back then 480p was considered HD TV.
Yes,
Because
it
I'd be
was.
looking at I was looking at some of the settings on my CRT. This should say HD TV. Or I mean, I was looking at some of the settings on my PS2 because I have it modded via free McBoot. And I'm looking at the settings, and then this should talk about HD TV. I look at the resolution. That should say 480p. I said, look, the 2000s, marvelous time. But yeah, generally speaking, 480i not native. 480p native. Letterbox not native. When you just say 4K flat by itself, they mean native. Difference being that not every pixel is rendered to. But that being said, it's probably not. For a fact, as a matter of fact, I'm confident enough to say that the Switch 2 is not stronger than the Steam Deck. We have to wait until Digital Foundry comes out. You know, when the Switch 2 fully comes out, Digital Foundry makes their deep dive and people start complaining. Oh my God, this is why nobody likes ya. Nobody cares about this fucking jargon. We just here to play games, bruh. All the stupid shit. But we have to wait for like Digital Foundry and other people to fully test the Switch 2's hardware to really get a hands on what type of anything that it has. But I think it's very safe to say that the Switch 2 is not stronger than the Steam Deck. Because point blank period, look at the graphics of the games that is running on it. Sorry, but they look like ass. Alright? They look like ass. Mario Kart World graphically looks like ass. Donkey Kong Bonanza graphically looks like ass. What I mean by ass, I don't mean that all the art style is bad or whatever. No, Nintendo has perfected the system or the style of using specific art and their graphic style to fit the type of game that they come out with. So it works for them, but we have to compare it to the standard of 3D graphics today. You're not going to sit here and tell me, you're not going to look at something like Donkey Kong Bonanza and look at the 3D graphics you see there, and then go look at some shit like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and tell me that these two are the same things. That's what I mean by ass. Not that it's ugly artistically, but by 3D graphic standards. That's what we mean. This is generations old fucking graphics that they're using here. Just because it works for them, and it works with their art style and the stories that they tell and their image, does not change the fact that it's still decades old fucking model. Simple ass fucking shit. That's what people mean when they say something looks like ass. And yes, I am fucking directly referencing when that poor dude got chewed out alive on Twitter.com when he said that what the fuck is the name of that game? That FromSoft that came out with the robots? Not Nier. Do not say Nier. The other one, the series that they made before.
Drakengard?
No, Armored Core. When Armored Core 6 came out, right? I said with the robots. Drakengard has dragons in it. What is wrong with this guy?
I don't know why you said the series before Nier, so I just went Drakengard. I don't know what do you want from me. There was logic to what I said.
When dude
You're right
said
though.
that, when dude said that Armored Core 6 graphics is not good, he did not mean that it was ugly. What he meant was that by comparing it to the standard of 3D graphics at the time, the effects and the models that they used was like PS3 level, and we was already moving on to the PS5. That's what he meant. Not that the game itself looks horrendous. That's what I'm saying here. When I say that Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza is ugly, what I'm saying is not that artistically is ugly. No, those games look good for the Switch, but compare it to 3D games today
Or industry standard.
outside of the, yes, exactly. Compare it to freaking Elden Ring. Compare it to a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and you could see the difference. This shit look like DS. That's DS 3D graphics they're using on that shit. That's what I mean by that.
I'm a piggyback off of what you said in a second, but I wanted to come here and just highlight that it says the new dock has 4K output and a cooling fan. And I'm like, this shit actually doesn't have a cooling fan. That's true. Ooh, we got a cooling fan now. What does chassis mean? Chassis is larger but no thicker than before. Chassis, what does that mean?
Chassis. Chassis. Yeah, so it's just pretty much the plastic that's holding the thing.
And going back to
So,
LCD,
yeah.
it's not OLED is actually criminal because you already did this. And like you said, they're doing this just so they can make another OLED switch later, which is will probably end up being the one I get first this time around. I somewhat disagree. I don't mind bad graphics. I think a lot of AAA games are falling into we need the best HD realistic graphics. I would rather have fun than a photorealistic game. Simi's not even necessarily saying that because here's the thing, right? I'm a person that would actually could make the argument that a lot of Nintendo fans have, where it's like, I don't want my game to look ugly. I don't want it to look ugly, but I'm not a graphics stickler from the standpoint of like, I play Tears of the Kingdom. I like the art style. The game looks solid to me, but I'm not tricked. I know that certain textures and certain things, they took a lot of shortcuts. When I look at the fucking rocks, I'm like, nigga, is that rock in 110p? Like, oh my God. And at certain times, it stutters to keep up with what's going on. And I know they use some tricks.
Uh-oh.
What? What happened?
You breaking up and shit.
No. Still?
All right. Not right now,
Oh.
but you was a little bit, and then the stream even started loading a little bit.
Yeah, I actually did see it drop 0.1 frame, 101 frames, 0.1 a little bit. I'm gonna have to. I'll relocate if I have to. But I'm with him. Like, I look at Donkey Kong Bonanza and I'm like, oh, I like how it looks. Like, it looks solid to me. It looks kind of like the Mario Odyssey team. But am I tricked into thinking that I think it's the industry standard? No. Using its own cartoon style and its artistic vision in its favor or whatever is working for it to make it kind of like look a certain way. But I did notice a lot of times in motion when things were breaking, a lot of the sides were blurred tremendously. Like, I can point those out and still say, hey, I'm gonna still play it because I think it looks cool. Because Simi and I will go and play a 64 game. Do you think a 64 game looks like as good as like a game now? Technically, no. But for its time, it was great. And some things have good art styles that are pretty much timeless, especially if you're playing it on the right thing. I find that if I play like, what the fuck is going on? Did y'all hear?
Right? Shit. We heard that.
Okay, I was gonna say, did you guys hear the honking? I was like, what the fuck? Somebody just rolled up on somebody honking mad fast. Anyways, what was I saying? Like, I play a lot of indie games, pixel games, Katana Zero, Hollow Knight, whatever. But those games, while they may not look like your AAA standard games, are still made with good pixel art and good art style. And a lot of them actually take the more, what do they call it? HD high bit style, which looks really good to me. I prefer pixels and stuff more than I like 3D art more often than not. Give me something like a Guilty Gear, if you will, even like, you know, like a Cuphead, like stuff like that. I'm an artsy fartsy merchant. I like that kind of thing, but I'm not tricked into thinking that like Mario Kart World, almost a 9, Mario Kart World is some technical marvel. It isn't. It honestly looks pretty similar to me than Mario Kart 8, but just a little bit better. With like Donkey Kong's fur and stuff like that, and maybe some of the ground textures I thought looked a lot better. But yeah, I'm with you though. Like, I don't need photorealistic games and the most realistic graphics where I can see every individual hair fiber in their fucking pores. But it's just like, polish it to a certain level. That's all I ask for.
Yeah, so like what you was talking about, Infinite, is like nothing that I was arguing at all. Like, what I was trying to get at, the whole point was, is this stronger than the Steam Deck? And the answer is no. The whole point I was trying to get at is that Nintendo's graphics and art style does not equate to bad gameplay or bad game. No, what I'm saying is, just because Nintendo has its own bubble, its own impenetrable bubble, doesn't mean anything. There's still a industry standard. That industry standard doesn't go anywhere just because Nintendo exists. What I'm saying is, when I say ugly, I don't mean that Switch games look obscene to the eye. What I'm saying is, compared to the industry standard, so compared to literally everything else on the planet, it is not the most recent, it is not the most up to snuff. is generations old. Now that works for them. It works for their games. It works for their gameplay styles. It works for just their image period. But that does not mean that we all of a sudden just have to, or we can't compare it to what everybody else is doing, because at the end of the day it's still a video game and it's still using 3D graphics, still using computer graphics. That's
There's
what I'm trying to get at.
there's also several games. This is obviously the Switch one that I've played on my Switch and then played elsewhere on a different system, whether it was a PS5 and Xbox Series S or or even my Steam Deck, where I'm like, wow, this just runs and works and just looks so much better. Remember Chris Tales?
Yes.
One of my boys got it on. He has it on his. I actually think it was PS4. It loads way better. PS4 Pro. It loads and works way better. And I'm like, this almost doesn't even look like the same game to me. This in some capacities. So yeah. I really like pixel art. I know a guy who hates saying he won't play a pixel art game no matter how good it is. I have a friend like that. He's the exact same. He does not care. He's one of those people who only really plays like. He plays like Apex Legends and like what's that game called? Ark. There's a survival game.
Yeah.
And like Destiny 2 and stuff like that. Like he's one of those type of gamers, so that's all he really plays anyways. He's like online looter shooter, survival games, whatever. That's kind of his bag. He used to play a lot of Fortnite. He fell off of Fortnite, but yeah, not playing a pixel game is kind of crazy. Not gonna lie, yeah. Man, some people, they have what they have. You can't tell them what they can and can't like, what they can and can't play. But I've always said this for video games: the gameplay is king. It's the most important thing to me. But that doesn't mean I want the other things to be ass. I just don't require it. I've always said I could play a game where character X jumps from the ceiling. I gotta find my sister, and the game starts. Okay, your sister is missing. Good enough for me. But if you give me a great story, cool. But if you make me engage with a game with a story that I don't fucking like, I'm gonna lose it. Especially if you're Japanese as hell with it. 2 steps cutscene. Talk to one person cutscene. Fucking answer one question cutscene. I'm like, why do you guys do this? I'd rather just sit there for 20 minutes, watch an anime episode, and then play the game for an hour. Why do you guys bother me like this? It's mad annoying. So yeah. I grew up playing MUD, so graphics don't matter to me. I think they matter to me. I just not like the biggest stickler. Like again, I'll play anything that I like and I enjoy it. Like I actually think Snowboard Kids 2 looks ass on my TV because it's so HD, but on a CRT TV, my God, yo, the snow graphics though. Let me stop. Zenless Zone Zero. I never played it.
We kind of got fucking sidetracked. But speaking of, you brought up Guilty Gear, bro, son. I just recently played my copy of Guilty Gear X2 on my CRT TV, bro. I said I forgot how good this game look, bro. I said, damn, I hate that new style, that art style, that arc system used on everything. That shit ugly. Son, Guilty Gear X2 looks amazing, bro. I wish Guilty Gear would go back to its fucking 2D art style. Because I put that shit in. I said, bruh, I was playing this back in the day. I do not remember this shit looking this gorgeous. Absolutely amazing game. But just to dial it back some, so I can give my opinion on some of the shit going on the fucking direct in order. Yeah, that fake Discord shit is ass. Do not sit here and tell me about some fucking C button. First and foremost, people have been begging and pleading for y'all to just make a normal way for people to communicate on their online games.
Download the app, bro.
They talking about some, yo, you gotta build a Gunpla. You gotta build a fucking Gundam. If you wanna talk to your friends on that Switch, you gotta connect the headphone. Then you gotta connect the headphone to a microphone. Then you gotta freaking put the microphone to an audio splitter. Then you have to take the audio splitter and connect it back to the headphone, and then finally take that and connect it back to the Switch, and then you could talk to people online. I said, there's just no way. They put some big giant diagram. I know y'all remember that shit. They put some big giant diagram. Shit look like a freaking snake abominate, bro. Just for y'all to be like, okay, we got Discord at home. Someone explained to me why on God's green earth would I pay y'all money for a fake Discord when I can use normal Discord? Who is paying? I want to know who is going to pay for this. Who is going to pay for this freaking Nintendo chat? Who is going to pay for this? Because last time I checked, we have phones. All of us have smartphones. The majority of us have laptops. Do you know what the majority of people are going to do? They're going to opt just to use their phones and smartphones to get on Discord, then pay whatever fucking money that y'all try to nickel and dime me to use y'all Nintendo chat.
Nigga, I've even used WhatsApp and gotten video calls before I used the fucking Nintendo game chat. So
For free.
he's there and there it is.
And then on top of that, y'all talking about some, bro, we got our own proprietary camera. I said, what the fuck is this? This ugly ass freaking Pixar lamp. Shout out Rain, I'm stealing your joke from yesterday. Pixar lamp ass camera, $49.99. So what would you rather get? Would you rather get a brand new game? Or would you rather get Nintendo Switch 2 proprietary camera that is projecting your image at a max 140p? At like 4 frames a second?
For $400?
Bro, that shit is ugly. I know y'all saw what that camera was projecting.
Oh my god,
I don't care if
I
it
said they
has
not
some-
moving. Where are the frames? And I don't want to see your ugly ass faces when I'm playing Mario Party. I don't want to see y'all. Get the fuck off my screen. I can hit the dice block. I don't want to see you. Where is Peach? Continue.
Dog, I don't care if it has some little built-in AI so you can automatically green screen yourself and cut out your background. I don't care, bro. Look how pixelated those people looked on that shit. Look how choppy they was moving. I'm paying $49.99 for that. Let me tell y'all something. Listen, I don't know how long y'all been in this whole game and stuff, but I've been here since 1999, all right? And I will tell you firsthand that every single time a console has come out with a proprietary camera, guess what? It wasn't good. I told this story in my stream yesterday in the Empire, and I'll tell it again here. The very first time I video called with my ex, I didn't have a laptop at the time. So we had to video call on fucking the PS3. And I needed to buy fucking Sony's proprietary PS3 camera because that's the only thing that worked with the fucking PS3. And you know what that shit did? That shit turned my skin blue.
Oh my god.
And I looked up that yes, that PS3 camera, that PS3 webcam, it will turn all dark colors blue. So my entire skin turned fucking blue. I was a fucking Smurf.
Oh,
Bro, get the fuck up outta here.
In the video, I thought it turned your actual. I thought it was like wearing fake jewelry. I thought it like dyed your skin. Okay, my bad. All right, I'm caught up now. I understand it now.
No, it turned my skin on the picture it was projecting. My skin was blue. I was a fucking Smurf. Let me tell y'all, bros. The iToy on the PS2 was not good. The PS3 web camera was not good. The PS4 web camera is also not good. The Kinect was not good. I don't know if y'all pay attention to history, but there's a repeating pattern here. These proprietary cameras for consoles are not good.
Now, the system that's always been known for having inferior technology. You're gonna trust their camera if the other ones aren't working? Interesting. Because I know these niggas gonna buy it. I know they're gonna buy it. Like, oh my god, I'm in the chat with fucking Red Fox 48. Shut up, man. Just go on Discord.
For $49.99 USD.
Connect
On
did
top
suck,
of that-
and Mikey, your tweet it was valid. Connect ruined the Sonic Riders series. Not last Sonic Riders was terrible. Even though Sonic Riders Zero Gravity wasn't it was still way better than that. Continue.
Yeah. So $49.99 USD, you paying for freaking 7 frames a second, looking at like some like 2008, not even 2008, 2005 laptop webcam type of quality. Ass. All right. And then you can't even choose no custom avatars, no custom icons, no custom avies for your profile. I gotta have a fucking some type of Nintendo IP as my no. How about no? Why would I do that? Oh, you can play different games and be in the same web core. Microsoft has been doing that since day one. Since day one. OG Xbox. You could do that. How long has it taken Nintendo? It's 2025. This is something that Microsoft has been doing, and look, but we celebrate when Nintendo finally does it, huh? Come on, bro.
It's the fact that they dedicated so much time to it too. Where I'm like, if I legitimately was a Nintendo fan still like that to that degree, this would have genuinely not sold me. This was a boring ass direct. You didn't show me anything that really mattered to me. Again, except okay, Mario Kart. But again, that comes with the caveat that I've been playing the same one for 10 fucking years. So anything, I'd have probably taken anything of that at some point. And it does not come with the system. You have to buy it. You have to buy it separately. It's not a part of the system bundle. And I like Donkey Kong again. It looks fun to me. Like I want to
And speaking of
break
Mario,
shit.
speaking of Mario, let's move on. Mario Kart World. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have not played a Mario Kart game since Mario Kart Wii. That was the last Mario Kart game that I seriously played.
That's the best one to
Alright.
me. That one and 64 are the best two in my opinion. Continue.
I really like that game. I think I even had, or at least I borrowed, the steering wheel for it. I really like that game a lot. Okay. That being said, I'm not a racing head or anything like that. But Mario Kart is seriously the thing that we're launching our system with now. Listen, I get it. I'm a historian. Historically speaking, Nintendo has frequently launched their consoles with some type of racing game. It's either Wave Race or the Air one on SNES. I forgot what it's called. I don't think it's just Air Race. It's like Air something. I forgot. The Pilot Wings. There you go. Pilot Wings on SNES. Wave Race on N64. But y'all don't find that we should have like a single player experience, like a core, and I'm not talking about no fucking Zelda enhance, like no, some exclusive shit for when the system launch, cause y'all not gonna have nothing to play. Y'all are not gonna be playing Mario Kart World all fucking day, bro. And not everybody likes that beat 'em up style as Donkey Kong Bonanza. Even though I agree that was the best thing that they showed. Not everybody wants to play a beat 'em up, right? So it's like, where is the core exclusive single player experience that's supposed to really sell this console to anybody? Just as Yeti said in his stream yesterday, there's nothing really that's selling him. There's no game sellers that y'all showing that's gonna launch. And then secondly, oh my gosh, Mario Kart is open world. But wait, hold on. Record scratch. I thought y'all didn't like open world games though. I thought y'all said that there's too many open world games out, that the genre is now oversaturated. But now that Mario Kart is open world is good, huh? See, y'all are not slick, bro. Like, I pay attention. I see. The Emperor sees. I see all. I see what you silly motherfuckers say all day. Y'all sit here and come up, oh my gosh, y'all coming out with too many open world games. Nobody want to play open world games. I would rather have a confined 8-hour game than a 2,500-hour open world game any day of the week. But the second Nintendo says Mario Kart is now open world, oh my gosh, it's the greatest thing ever. Yo, this shit's so fire. Y'all are not slick. Y'all are not slick. Y'all are hypocrites.
I still don't know what
Y'all
you do
are
with
fucking
it.
hypocrites.
Why is it open? What am I doing? I still have questions. And Diddy Kong Racing was out, okay? I'm not gonna say this was open world, but listen, I was in my car. I am the genie of the island. I was driving around, all right? Like I've done this before to some capacity, all right? Get my balloons, unlock more courses, and keep it going, all right? So don't. Anyways, the gear switch Dick riding the dude is just nasty. I don't even understand the fucking costumes, because somebody ate like a stack of pancakes or a hamburger or something and turned into different. I'm like, what does that do? Does that change my stats? Do I go faster? What the fuck? Does that unlock costumes? Obviously, it's just a trailer. We don't know all the information yet, but Mario Kart is always gonna be Mario Kart. It is what it is. The one thing that I did read is that no course really laps because it's like Mario Kart World Tour. So you just keep traveling to other courses or whatever, and you start the race moving, like a running start. I'm like, okay. I mean,
So yeah, it's essentially this is y'all game for Steel Ball Run. Congratulations, Steel Ball Run finally got a video game. Here it is,
and it's
Mario
not,
Kart World.
and I'd rather use a stand than an item box, so it's not even as well. I'm trying to shoot
But that being
nails
said-
and my steel ball, throw that shit right your face.
That being said, don't get me wrong. Okay, apes of Ape Nation, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying that Mario Kart World looks like a bad game at all. I'm not.
He's
I
calling out
don't know
the hypocrisy. You gotta be hypocrites and lying, capping. That's what he's calling out.
Exactly. I'm not as fine tuned with the more serious MLG gameplay of Mario Kart. You know, I've been out the game for 3 generations now. Okay, so I can't tell you know the minute details. You know, even with the shit that Yeti was talking about with the fucking RNG with the freaking item boxes. Right? I don't know nothing about that.
You want me to
I'm not
explain
saying
it?
that the game looks bad. No, I mean, I think I get it. Pretty much, the second that you get in first place, or the second that you're ahead enough in first place, the potential, or the potential of somebody, specifically the person who's like last or second to last, third to last, getting a blue shell or a red shell greatly increases. So it's pretty much Nintendo's way of rubber banding your ass from being too far ahead.
Yeah, but yes, and from 8 to 8 Deluxe specifically, I felt that they didn't adjust the balancing of the RNG depending on the placement and distance of the cards with the addition of an extra item box, because the original Mario Kart 8 only had one item box. They added another one and didn't adjust it, so it was just so fucking chaotic. And I'm like, dog, how you get hit by 4 lightnings in one lap? The shit is, I've never actually found Mario Kart to be overly chaotic. Yes, sometimes you just get the fucking shit end of the stick. You went first, blue shell, you about to move again, someone will run you over, you get hit off the fucking bridge, and somehow you go from first to 6th. I get it. That happens every once in a while. But I actually found it to be way more rare. But Deluxe? How am I gonna hit by 3 blue shells in a lap, dog? Sometimes I get hit with 1 blue shell in a whole fucking race, and I'm still angry. 3 in a lap? That means I got hit, either didn't get past or came back in first and got hit again. Now there's 24 racers with 2 item box. Oh my, with new items. Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it looks like a perfectly fine game. I don't think it looks bad at all. But I think that it needs help. With that LeBron pick, no help. It needs help as a launch title to sell the console. And B, I don't want to see hype about it being an open world game when y'all swear to God that y'all hate open world games and that y'all so tired of open world games.
Does
what
Pokemon
I'm saying.
ZA count as an open world game, by the way?
I don't even know what the fuck that shit is. That's the first time I ever seen gameplay of it. I'm like, bro, what is this?
You're in a city and you can like walk around and catch wild Pokemon on the roof or in wild areas because the city's trying to blend regular life with Pokemon in the city. But I don't even know if Arceus counts as an open world game necessarily, because if it does, then I guess this does too. But it's kind of funny because you're right. They'll swear up and down, oh, you mean another Assassin's Creed open world game? Or like every Zelda fan has been like clamoring to go back to basics, and I'm like, why must we over and under correct? There is a middle ground that exists here that needs to be explored, where there's a certain level of linearity that keeps you on the straight path, but there's still it's open enough that you can still feel like you can kind of do things in your own way or your own order. I would kind of argue maybe to some capacity A Link Between Worlds on 3DS did this, with you being able to tackle them in any direction based on the rental item system, but it wasn't like a true open world game in a sense. But there's a middle ground. I'm not particularly interested into having my hand held in corridor and you can only go in the dungeon and solve the dungeon with the dungeon item and then you beat the dot. I don't necessarily want that. But yeah, the open world is for Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know if I really want that either. I truly believe there's a middle ground. You don't have to go back. But you're right. Even the Zelda fans are like, okay, enough open world. Go back to linear. To the point where Skyward Sword, a game that I've been praising since 2011, is now getting the revisionist history treatment. Perhaps I treated you too harshly. I was unfamiliar with your game type beat. Like, nigga, I can't stand you niggas so sometimes. Y'all piss me off. Because that game was perfectly fine the day it came out in 2011. But now y'all looking back at it fondly because Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild was too open world for you. But as soon as you threw Mario in a car, you can go in any direction. You gassed? You geeked up?
You see, and that also goes to show you that gamers do not want open-endedness. There's a reason why immersive sims are by nature and will forever be a niche genre. Because gamers don't actually want to be left to their devices. We see it time and time again. Zelda dared to be different for Nintendo and allowed you to just be at your, own devices and look. Oh my god, why do the weapons have durability? Where am I supposed to go? Yo, the map is too big. Oh Jesus, I need help. I need help. Look at y'all. Time and time again. Y'all swear to God that y'all hate yellow tape. But the second the yellow tape is gone, you don't know where to go. Well, why do you think they put the yellow tape there to begin with? Y'all are liars. And it always, we see it time and time again. You have 2 Zelda games that say, go. They just throw your ass in the middle of the fucking street, no clothes on, and they say, go. And you like, I don't wanna. I need my corridors. And that's exactly why we have the things that we do.
Why did Walmart
Because
do
they
this?
know that y'all full of shit.
I want to know why Walmart did this. Mumu is demure. Mumu is mindful. Mumu is playable. Did this help? Did this help them? Is this publicity? Are you saying come buy Walmart milk? I don't understand why they did this. I just have questions.
I don't know if did that increase the pre-orders for Walmart in Canada by posting that. I want to see the numbers.
Before and after the tweet. Before and after the tweet. Listen, if Nurse Joy and Delilah catch him throwing it back in a circle on stage, fuck a championship. That's crazy. What's up, baby? How you doing,
bro?
Bro. Yeah.
And speaking of, what they showed after that, these motherfuckers said, "Yo, so look, the Joy-Cons can act like a mouse." Okay, that's cool. So check this out, Nintendo World Tour. I said no, sir, no, sir. Sir, no, absolutely not. There's no way that y'all gonna sit here and try to sell me on this bullshit. Because you know it's bullshit. And apparently, not in fact check this because I just saw it in passing, it's not even free. You gotta pay for World Tour. So it's not even like a freaking Wii Sports or like a freaking Super Mario World where it's freeware, where it comes with the system or it's like a free demo. No, apparently that's a premium game. You gotta pay for it.
Oh, shit.
I said, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, Nintendo. Talking about some, oh, look, you can walk on the Switch. You got your own little avatar, and you can, like, walk on the innards of the Switch, like you inside of. I said, get the fuck out, bro. Just come out with some games. What is that?
You see how fast I skipped that shit? I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to, like, okay. Okay. I'll just give you the Naya perspective, just so you understand it. I know Nintendo. I've known them well. I've owned and played pretty much all their systems to some capacity, right? I already knew graphics and performance were not going to be a thing because it's Nintendo. So I already threw that out the window. But you saying 4K, yada, yada, I'm like, I don't believe that. I just don't. You guys can barely get a GameCube game that was natively whatever 60 FPS in Paper Mario. When you guys remade it, it was locked to 30, and apparently it's really like 28, and it still stutters. So like I didn't believe that in any capacity, anyways. So you weren't gonna trick me. But here's the thing: Nintendo think everybody perpetually 5 years old. On God, they do. Like I've grown up. I watched this to see what you were going to launch the system with that I could play, that I cared. You know why I got the Switch day one? Breath of the motherfucking Wild. I am a Zelda fan. I admit that. I bought it March 3rd, 2017. I remember I took a week off work. I bought it with my friend. And because he had Zelda. As much as I like Mario Kart, that is not going to make me buy an entire system. As much as I think that Donkey Kong game looks fun as fuck, I play Donkey Kong games. I'm not a Donkey Kong guy. I will never buy a system for that. It's to the point I'm literally praying somebody is as fed up as me, but has knowledge and technical capability and goes, we reviving Yuzu in spirit. We reviving Ryu next in spirit, because I swear to God, I'll run over there so fast and not buy a Switch and just play Zelda there. And if I want to play Mario Kart, I'll go to my friend's house. Fuck it. It's fine. It's a new era. It's time to grow up and take some different steps. That's just me. You saying you could play Elden Ring on this, I'm like, why? If I had any interest in playing Elden Ring, why would I play on something wildly inferior? I have a Steam Deck. Simi got me a PC. I could just go play Elden Ring if I really want to. As a matter of fact, I'd much rather go buy a fucking PlayStation 5 Pro and play it on there if I was going to do that. I'm not. So you showing me that other fucking companies are finally throwing some games on here because they probably don't have to fucking hack the game in half to make it run on the original Switch does not move me. So what specific exclusives do you have? You telling me you got a game chat? If you take the new I'm gonna call it a nunchuck, the Joy-Con, and you put it in your nose, it could fucking let you smell sound. I don't care. Where are the fucking games? What the hell? What are you doing? If I was a Nintendo fan for real still and I was blinded, I actually would have told you this would have disappointed me. I'm like, I'm not buying this day one for Mario Kart. And I don't even know if Donkey Kong launches with it. I didn't even check. I think they showed it. I don't even remember if they said it launches with it. I'll check that in a second. So I'm unmoved. And because I know Nintendo, I am quadruple unmoved. I'm just like, yeah, back to my Switch. I'm back to my Steam Deck. I'm not. I'll see y'all in 4 fucking years when there's actually a slight sale and maybe Zelda Unga Bunga of the Stars in my asshole came out finally and I could play that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, because again, historically speaking, look at its past generations. They came out with at least one core single player experience. Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, freaking Breath of the Wild. I don't know what the fuck Wii U launched with. I know Splatoon also. What did that?
Splatoon. You know what? Wii U. What did the Wii U launch with? Because I didn't get a Wii U day one.
And that's my entire point. Like, we still need, like, Mario Kart is cool. Donkey Kong is cool, but we still need something that's like, yeah, bro, I need to get this day one. Because I know what they're doing. They think, oh, well, you know, you could play the enhanced version of your Switch games on the Switch too, so we don't got to have that many launch titles. Nice try. Nice fucking try. And my just thing is this. If it ain't
new
broke,
Super Mario Brothers U, pretty much. So
look, there you go. So my thing is this. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Look at how successful Super Mario World and Super Mario 64 was, bundling those games with the launch version of those consoles. Why would you deviate from that tactic? If it was successful then, it's still going to be successful now.
Oh, ARMS launched with it? I think you're right. ARMS might have launched with it. Continue, sorry. With the Switch, continue. No, I don't think ARMS did. I don't remember. I think it did. I think you're right. I think it was a launch title, but that didn't move me. Continue, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's like, we still need a single player experience. And yes, I know that Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to be single. single player, excuse me. But my point is, that's more so a 3D beat 'em up, you know? Like, not everybody's gonna like or want to play a beat 'em up. You still need like that single player. Now, I'm not saying that you gotta launch Zelda with it every gen, because I know that's like very hard to impossible. So the fact that you was able to do that with Breath of the Wild was good. I'm not expecting that every new console, but bro, y'all said Mario Kart and not just full normal fucking Mario. I don't know, man. That might be a mistake. That might be a big mistake there.
This is the only pushback I would say to maybe why they're doing this. Obviously the Switch was a system they'd used a lot to make up for the Wii U's failings in terms of even re-releasing a lot of the games that did well there. Even if they did well, because I don't remember how much of their overall player base from the Wii they lost, like a huge percentage. Even if it did well, it wasn't going to do as well as something as the Wii, because the system itself didn't sell as many copies as the Wii did. If I remember correctly, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the highest selling system on the Switch 1. So I think they're trying to bank off of that to get people to buy it, since that's the game most people bought. That's my best guess. But I truly don't believe, as good as a lot of even Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 64, that's not enough to make me buy that system. It's not a system seller to me. It's just a good game on the system that I like and been playing for years. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually like that. I actually like that theory. I like that theory a lot. And then the second thing I wanted to say was, because this is a conversation I have with my sister a lot. The era of this is my brand, I'm sticking with it, is over, right? So like back in the day, if you had a GameCube, you would buy the GameCube version of a game. If you had an Xbox, you'd buy the Xbox version of a game, right?
By the way, Donkey Kong comes out July 17th, so a little after the Switch. So it's not a launch title, technically.
Oh, Jesus, help. But, yeah, so back then, the branding and the lay console war, quote unquote, was strong enough where people who bought that, they wasn't buying all three consoles. They bought their pick, and whatever version of a game they got, that's what they was playing. Is long over. Why? Because PC gaming has become way more affordable. People don't care to play a certain version of a game just because that's all they got. Usually, it's either one of two things. They either have all three consoles or two out of the three consoles, or they have one and a computer. Yeah. So this still trying to focus on, oh, well, Nintendo doesn't only just have first party, we have third party titles too. That doesn't work anymore. Because freaking both the PS5 and the Xbox have a smaller, cheaper version of itself, and PC gaming is more affordable. So most people who have a Switch, they have a Switch and not just a Switch. So they're not just locked into that console. So that's why it's so confusing to me why they're still pushing this. Why would I play Cyberpunk 2077 on this bitch? Why would I do that?
That's exactly what I said. I'm like, first of all, it might be too late at this point. I don't know. I'll probably play it someday, but it'll be like years later. But I'm like, you think I'm playing this on the Switch too? You got me fucked up. Y'all couldn't even launch this properly. I think it works fine now. I'm sure it's fine now. But I'm like, do you want me to play Cyberpunk 2077 on a Switch? Can you guys be for real for once in your life? Nobody is buying this. 2K is perpetually like $9 on the Switch because it doesn't fucking. I'm absolutely positive that game does not work, or it just whatever they could do on the regular system. That shit is probably blurry with all kind of motion blur and all kinds of weird cuts they had to make. Cause I'll be honest, I'm a game designer and I make a game a certain way, even if I didn't even focus on making it super powerful. And it's like, to make it run on this system, you gotta make it worse. You're not getting the game. Fuck you. I'm not doing all that. I want to port it the way you port things normally without any extra additive headaches. I'm not making Elden Ring worse so it can run on the Switch 1. Fuck that.
Yeah, bro, like the freaking generation where the console version, the handheld version was two completely different games is long over. Move on. Why would I? Oh, you could play Skyrim on the Switch. Why would I do that? Oh, you could play Witcher 3 on the Switch. Why would I do that? Oh, you could play 2K on this. Why would I do that? Y'all, internet is worse.
Yep.
Your player base is worse. The graphics is worse. The controls is worse. Why would I do that? Why? I'm not understanding. So they're still focusing on this. Like, are y'all still butthurt because during the PS3 y'all we were saying y'all ain't got no third party games? Who cares? That's over with. It's done. Move on. I really want to know who is buying Doom: The Dark Ages on fucking Switch 2. Who's buying that? Who is buying freaking Hitman on fucking Switch? Who is buying that? Who are buying these third party titles? I want to see them. And I'm not talking about the kids who, the kids that's all their mom gonna fucking buy them. That's all they got. I'm not even talking about them. And point blank, these YNs of today's age, they different from us. They got leeway. They didn't just have one console. They probably got multiple, and they got their friends and shit.
Yep.
So who are these third party titles for?
It's got to be somebody who doesn't know any better, gets a Switch 2, and discovers Elden Ring or something through that pipeline. Like, that's the best I can give you. But at that point, I think you're an idiot.
That's all I'm saying. So Stanley.
Like, you didn't do
so fucking Stanley.
You didn't do one cursory Google search just to see.
When Elden Ring came out, when the very first trailer fell, oh Elden Ring, oh Elden, you was completely asleep.
Yeah.
You was under a rock. Now all of a sudden you discover Elden Ring through the Switch. I don't Stanley.
And
so that.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And hold on, let's go. Like, if I'm assuming if you're gonna Switch 2, you're a gamer to some degree. Ain't no way you haven't heard about some of these games, some of these franchises. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you. Like, who is this for? And bigger question: is there a demand for this? Is this something that the core Nintendo fan base cares about? Can I play God of War Ragnarok on my fucking Switch? I don't think they give a fuck, or at least they say they don't and pretend they don't. Cause they be saying shit to shake their ass for a $1 billion corporation that gives not a single fuck about them. And it's honestly some of the most nasty, disgusting behavior I see on the internet. Because no matter what opinion someone has, it could be constructive criticism. I think the Switch 2 looks really good. I'm actually pretty excited. I'm probably going to get a day one launch, but I am very concerned about these prices. Oh, they can make whatever price they want. Oh, why are you twerking for them? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you secretly hired by the company? Do you get paid 10 cents per tweet when you say something positive about Nintendo? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's so weird to me because this is not something I'm accustomed to. Those niggas used to always exist for anything, like Sony, Microsoft, whatever. But they were always the exception to the rule where I feel like us, the rational person, not even the hater. I be hated sometimes, I get it. Not even the hater. The rational person becomes the one that gets dogpiled on and has become the rare voice of reason in all of these fucking dumbass echo chambers. Like, again, if I had any interest in Hitman, which I don't really, but they're cool games. I've seen my friends play it. Or they say, okay, now we're bringing Splinter Cell or whatever. I'm not playing it on this. I'm playing this on... Perfect example. I saw, during the Switch Direct, the first reveal for Marvel Cosmic Invaders. And that's a 2D beat 'em up, pixelated. I'm like, I know this will be in other systems. I'm not buying it on the Switch, but cool, noted. Write it down, add it to the list, and when it's on PC, it's getting copped. I'm not playing something on an inferior system. That's just how I am. And let's just get to the next point for a second. You're gonna re-release Mario Party, Jamboree, and Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom, whatever. If I had any inclination they were going to really do that, I promise you I would have just waited for the next system. And anytime something dual launches with an old or a new system, I don't care how long I wait. I'm not playing it on the old system. Metroid Prime 4, I'm certain is coming out on Wii and Switch 2. I think they actually did show that. If I play it, I'm playing it on the Switch 2. Or I'm never playing it. Or I play it on Ryujin X spiritual successor that I know is coming in a few years. I need that in 2.5 years. Get on it, you tech nerds. Do something good for the people. Fuck these corporations. Anyways, yeah. I don't know what's worth, the downfall of TUG or Nintendo. It's equally as bad in a lot of aspects. But fuck Nintendo because they cost me money. TOG at least makes me money when I complain. Shit.
That is actually a very good segue. So yes, Sony and Microsoft win once again. So here we go. What does Sony and Microsoft do? Oh, bro, son, start with the PS4. Yo, son, we coming out with remasters of games from last gen. Bro, we got the Uncharted fucking collection. Now you can play Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 in 60 FPS. Oh my gosh, yo, Last of Us Part 1 remastered. Ooh, boy, 60 FPS. Shit, fuck is you talking about? We just gonna re-release the entire PS3 library and put it on PS4 and fucking have that shit running at 60 FPS. Then look what happened. What happened with Xbox? Yo, son, this game is Xbox Series enhanced. Now, shit, you could play these games and utilize the full 10 teraflops of processing power that the fucking Series X has. This game is Xbox Series enhanced. Woo, boy. Then what happened? Yo, son, Sony is like, bro, we got this PS4 Pro, PS5. We enhancing our shit. Now the shit 60 FPS. Now the shit 4K. Letterbox. Shit. Fuck is you talking about? You know, I'm like, damn. This shit looking kind of bleak. Nintendo was taking notes. Here we are. They doing the same exact thing. So once again, you silly little motherfuckers, I see you. I see you. I see you. Yes, I do. I do see you. Yeah. All of y'all.
You cannot run from me, nigga.
Don't you run from me, little nigga. Shout out that boy Mario Judah. But hey.
Sorry, go. Sorry, my bad.
Bruh, if y'all had a problem with Sony and Microsoft enhancing games from even games that were already released on that gen. If you had a problem with them enhancing it for their pro version of their consoles or enhancing games just from the previous gen, I don't want to hear it. Because now Nintendo is doing the same exact thing. Yeah, bro, son, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Hunger. Shit, Breath of the Hunger and Tears of the Bunga. Shit, it's gonna have a Switch 2 enhanced version. Yeah, now that shit is 60 FPS.
And it's the same price. I think someone said if you have it already, you can pay $10 or something. I'm like, so I'm not gonna pay for it though. I have the game. Suck my dick from the back.
You gotta pay
with eye contact.
You gotta pay for 60 FPS. You gotta pay $10 to get 60. I feel sorry for y'all, bro. I really do. I feel sorry for y'all.
And this is a game I've already played on PC.
Oh my goodness gracious almighty, dog. So yeah, they're talking about, son, I know y'all love that little pink fucking cancer cell, that little pink tumor with legs, Kirby. Well, guess what? Kirby in the Forgotten Lands is Switch 2 enhanced. I said, that's crazy. So all your games that you got, you could pay an additional $10 to get 60 FPS, or just buy it again for full price for 60 FPS. How much you care about the 60 FPS, motherfucker? Because I want to pay this $10.
Because they got a real laugh out loud from me when they said the Switch 2 can play 3 types of games. Switch 2 games. Thank you, Speedwagon, for pointing out the extreme obvious, but not doing it in a funny way. 2. some Switch 1 games or compatible Switch 1 games. So that means it's not even fully backwards compatible. What does that mean? And then the Switch 2 enhanced ports. And I'm like, I'm so tired of y'all, man. Get out of here. No, don't think about it. Just agree. Agree. That doesn't count. Agree. If you're going to be a console player and not PC, why pick the most inferior console and not just buy the Xbox or PlayStation? I think I don't. I mean, I don't actually understand how a Nintendo's brain really works. As somebody who used to be a Nintendo fan, I always had criticism. I've never been a blind person to just follow something blindly. Even with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, much as I enjoyed it, you heard at the longer I played it, secretly the more negativity I had and the more I thought about it, where I'm like, is Tears of the Kingdom really fire like that? Like I had to think about it. So
And that's why I said what I said. It's not most people, and of course that could just be my skewer perception since I'm now an adult, so I'm around adults and I'm not around kids anymore, so I don't know what they're doing. But people who have a Switch, it's a Switch end, so they're not even doing that. They have a Switch and either Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah,
some of them have all three.
Yeah, PC, Switch. That's what I got pretty much. Like Steam Deck, PC, Switch. Like, yeah, you usually have. But some people tend to have all three systems. I used to have a Sony system and a Nintendo system. I say used to have. I got a PS2 well after the PS2 when the PS3 was out. I got a PS3 Pro or PS3 Mini or whatever for $160 off of my friend, maybe 4 years into it. And the PS4 I actually didn't buy. For whatever reason, my mom was so thirsty to buy it for me, and I didn't really want it for like 3 years. And then basically at a point where she got 30% off and already on sale, she got it, and I didn't get a PS5. One was bought for me, but I resold it. But I didn't want one because I'm like, Sony has gone down the route of everything that I want to play, I could play on PC anyways. Like, if I want to play Spider-Man Miles Morales, for example, I don't have to own a Sony system. I could just need a PSN sign-in account, which I have. I'll just go play it on there. You know what I mean? So you're right. I find like most people have a system, a PC, and like a one-two thing. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's like they're not so that just goes back into a third party conversation because we're not in that era anymore where you pick your brand and that's all you have. No, they have at least two. They have at least two. So that whole third party shit, that whole section with the third party games, I don't know who that's for. And then this whole enhanced shit talking about the Switch can play 3 games. Why are y'all overcomplicating this? I thought that, this was supposed to be fucking friendly, family friendly. So, these motherfucking parents are going to be confused. All right? Parents are going to be confused. Aunties are going to be confused. Uncles are going to be confused.
We've already seen
exactly
this.
The fucking same.
We've already seen this with the 3DS, DS, and the Wii to Wii U. We've already seen this. It's already happened. You know how offended I was in the EB game when someone said, you can't play 3DS games on the DS, and I looked at them like, nigga, yes, I know. What the fuck is wrong with you? They're like, oh, I don't know because some parents are like, bro, I actually game. Like, I know. Like, what the fuck? That was offensive to me.
And it's a real life confusion because the cases look damn near identical besides a single color change. And the logo might be on there, but they don't know the difference. They don't know that the 3DS is a full-blown different console, not just a upgraded version of the DS. They don't know that. So it's like the cases look exactly the fucking same. They're just here. $30 here.
There's parents that even bought the Switch Lite just thinking it was cheaper, not knowing it was handheld only. That's happened too. That was a thing. So you need to simplify this to you need to, what do they say it? Say it so a fourth grader, a 4-year-old can understand it. You gotta use layman terms.
Exactly. And it's like, y'all talking about it could play 3 different types of games. Like, bro, this is gonna backfire. It may not backfire big, but it's going to fucking backfire. Y'all already seen the confusion. Like, look how many DSs you had. You had the DS, then you had the DS, the DSi.
DS Lite, DSi, yeah.
DS Lite, DSi, 2DS. Bro, what the fuck? And then you have the 3DS, and you have the 3DS X. Like, these naming conventions are not good. The cases look exactly the same. Motherfuckers don't know what's going on. If I told my mother I want a PSP game, she gonna know what that is. Why? Because the PS2, the cases are mad big and they're black. The PSP games, they're small and they're see-through, they're transparent.
What are they called?
There is a very
UMDs? What are they called again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, UMDs. And yeah, exactly. And the PS2 uses discs, and the PSP uses UMDs. There's a distinct difference between the two.
Yep.
You telling me? And then on top of that, wasn't the 2DS more powerful than the freaking normal 3DS? So that some games could only work on like, bro, you see that? Then y'all came out with an upgraded version of the 3DS, and some games can only work on the upgraded version.
No,
So
you're
then
you're
gonna-
right. You're right about that. I think it was the 3DS XL or something. I'm gonna look at it. But you were right because they made Xenoblade Chronicles on it, but you couldn't run that on the regular DS, right? I think some. I remember that.
Yes, bro. And it's like I thought y'all was supposed to be family friendly. This is not family friendly, because parents are not gonna know what y'all main income is parents buying this shit over and over and over again. I mean, the adults are gonna do that. Y'all fucking drones, y'all army, y'all Clone Wars army is gonna buy this shit for sure. But y'all main thing is freaking parents buying it and then having to buy replacements because they kids freaking throwing it across the room, suplexing it, dropping it in the toilet, throwing it out the window, whatever the fuck, right?
I think
They're
it was
gonna be
called
highly
New
confused.
Nintendo 3DS. Yeah.
See, look at that. Look at that. What the fuck is that? What is that, bro? You Japanese motherfuckers. Why? Why do y'all do this? Why are y'all the way that y'all are?
Hey man, hey Joseph Joestar, yeah, he said it best. I will never forgive. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. I understood it. I understand it now.
Yeah, so it's like this is, or we could play 3 times again. And as you pointed out, it's not full backwards compatible, meaning it's using emulation. If it cannot load every single game just by putting it in, that means that it doesn't have full backwards compatibility to it. So there's already that issue. We saw with the first few PS3 models, right? They could load some PS2 games, not all of them, right? So it's like, you're gonna sit here and buy me a Switch game, and you're gonna buy me a Switch version of the game, and then I'll put that shit on my Switch too, it don't fucking work. Now what? It's fucking ridiculous. So they're overcomplicating this again, as they like to fucking do, and people are gonna suffer again because history is doomed to repeat itself. And I just sit here and I shake my head. So they talking about all that bullshit, but we have to speak about the big elephant in the room. They showed the sizzle reel shit. Oh, we got freaking third-party games. We don't care. The big elephant in the room. We got a new game card. Whatever the fuck it's called. I said, bro. I said, this shit is crazy. It's the beginning of the end. These motherfuckers said, yo, so we got a new game card. It looks exactly the same like a normal Switch cartridge, but this time it's red. But wait, don't y'all still do the greatest hits thing? Isn't y'all greatest hits line red? So how can I tell the difference between a greatest hit Switch game and a Switch 2 game if they both fucking red? That is a conversation for another day. But they talking about, yeah, so the cartridge, the cartridge is better and it got faster read speeds and it could put more storage on it. So
what the fuck is it reading faster? Because I ain't seen it.
Oh shit. But here come the elephant in the room. So, bro, you could transfer your shit over. You have to transfer your shit over, and you gotta use it with the game card, right? And all that. And I said, y'all are not slick. You see, let Uncle Emperor tell y'all a little story. Okay.
Story time.
When it comes to consoles, when a console has a feature, especially new features, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. It's not for you, the consumer. New features are made entirely for security reasons. So what I'm trying to get at is that whole shit with the transferring and the game key on the game card, all that is DRM. This is Nintendo's answer to how people dumped ROMs of their Switch games on the Switch 1. This is how they're combating that. Very obviously. This whole thing where, oh, the game isn't exactly on the fucking cartridge, it's just a cryptographic key, and that cryptographic key will then decrypt the rest of the game on our fucking servers. That is literally their response to how people was able to make ROM dumps of the Switch games on the Switch 1. So you can't do that original way, you can't do that anymore. That's it. That's not for convenience. That's not for you, the player, the consumer, whatever. It's not just a cool new feature to make things more streamlined. No. It is for security reasons. And that's how it's always been. You see the difference between the normal version of a console and the slim version? You think they just did that because the aesthetic was cool? No. It was all for security. Every single updated version of a console is all for security. That's it. The PS2 fat, PS2 slim, security. PS3 fat, PS3 slim, PS3 super slim, security. PSP 1000, 2000, 3000, security. That's it. It's to combat piracy. So
I heard they work with Lenovo now too, apparently.
Wait, for what?
That's just something a tweet I saw somewhere that they're also working with
They are? Oh, Jesus Christ. I had no idea.
Oh, there's a poll here. You're right. There is a poll here. Let me see what the poll says. Continue.
So I've already seen some damage control saying that, oh, well, the games, you see, the games that's only for games that are digital only, like Fortnite. First party games and other games that aren't digital only will be on the cartridge. First of all, I don't believe that. But giving that the benefit of the doubt, right? So let's say that this whole, only the cryptographic key is on the cartridge, the actual game is not on the cartridge, it's only for games that are digital only, like Apex, like a Fortnite, like whatever the fuck, right? Let's just say that. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt saying that's true. That still is presenting a very bad precedent. Why don't y'all think? Why can't y'all think beyond a step ahead of you? I'm not understanding that. Even if it's only for digital games only, this still presents a bad precedent, so people in the future, companies in the future can adopt this and put it for everything. When has there ever been an instance when they was like, oh, well, it's only for this, and they didn't freaking extend it to other shit?
Because if you're slowly willing to accept just those 4, then that 4 turns to 8 and turns to 12 and it turns to what?
The whole library.
And there it is. Now.
Secondly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Secondly, we're not even done. Okay, y'all want to say, oh, it's only for digital only games. Nintendo closes the eShop per generation. Why are y'all arguing that it for anything that's anti-game preservation? Hello? Are y'all forgetting that they close and relaunch the eShop every console? So that means if you sit here and spend freaking $70 on whatever the fuck, the second the Switch 2 is over and they close the eShop, guess what? You can't play that game anymore. Why don't y'all think? That is not okay. I don't care if freaking the Switch 2's lifespan is 13 years. I should be able to play what I paid for 14 years, for 15 years, for 50 years.
For 9 Rick and Morty seasons.
What is wrong with y'all? Even if it's not for every single game, and it's just for digital only games, at the end of the day, we know point blank period that they close the eShop every console gen and then relaunch it. So that means there's a whole slew of games that will be forever inaccessible because of this. That is not okay.
It's already happened. With some digital only stuff that came to like the 3DS or whatever. There are some games there that you couldn't get anywhere else, and now it's gone because you didn't download it or whatever at the time. It's gone. Unless somebody already put the ROM online, I guess, but some of you guys are allergic to the thought of slight piracy, so I don't have to do what about y'all. I never had an issue with it. And as you can see, if you look at my shelf and everything and the games that I have, I buy shit. It's not like I don't buy shit, but I don't know if you were done. Sorry, keep going.
But no, yeah, I was mostly done. I was gonna let you talk about it before we talk about the price.
Yeah, and like you had said to me, and I remember this being a big talking point when Microsoft did it, where most of those, if I understand, their entire library now is you gotta download it, even if you buy it physically.
Yes.
And I'm absolutely certain this was not something that most people were happy about. Most people, because there's still those people, and now that Nintendo's doing it, I'm seeing a lot of ass shaking, a lot of twerking, a lot of cheeks clapping in a rhythmic motion to fucking defend them. And it's as Simi says, the problem that I have with a lot of the general populace, that's kind of redundant, but the populace is you never think a frame ahead. You think here and now. You don't think about what's come before, because like Simi said earlier, but I'll use a slightly different line. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. If you pay attention, history rhymes. It may not necessarily repeat. Even think of something as simple as clothing styles. In the 80s, they were wearing pinch, neon, fucking tight-ass clothing, showing their midriffs. Then, for whatever reason, we started wearing clothes 100 times our size, and we came right back. And now I'm seeing people go back to baggy, with baggier shirts and baggier jeans and pants. History rhymes. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. So, if other consoles are doing this and getting some type of relative success, as Simi says, it creates a precedent. Okay, what does that mean? It means something that happens that becomes the new normal, and then from there on out, everyone starts to replicate. It's actually a law term, a legal term, right? And with this, it scares me because I feel like physical games are just not going to exist at all in any capacity in a few years, no matter what system it is. Some companies are small. They don't have the resources to really make a ton of physicals. That's why you have like limited run, where maybe like River City Girls, they were able to make 10K copies or something. But you got to get there, but you got to get it first, and then you can't get it after. I don't like this because a lot of times with revisionist history or whatever the new prevailing right thought to have is, they will go back, cut, remove, and change things in a video game. But if I have the original copy more often than not and I don't connect to the internet, I can preserve that myself. I feel like through this method, I can't even do that a little bit. Even something as small as Star Wars, where they added like Jabba the Hutt in like A New Hope. Not in the very original version of the film. But if you own that VHS, guess what? They can't change that for you. You can always watch the version that you like. I don't like the idea that we're losing traditional and true game preservation, as Simi said, through this methodology. And I've seen a lot of Nintendo fans defend this. We're gonna transition into the cost, and that's the only thing I think I've seen a fair amount of discourse around, where it's pretty 50-50 even split. But this isn't it. I admit I'm 32. I'm a dinosaur, so maybe just times are changing, and I don't want to change along with the times. But walking to a store and using fucking cash, forget even a debit card, cash, to go and physically pick up a game that I like, open that bitch, get the new game smell, and then trek back home excited to play it is an experience that I do not think could ever be replicated. And even being able to line up at midnight. When I got Tears of the Kingdom, it was a midnight launch. I lined up at a mall to get the game. And I even got some free gear because they were going around asking questions and handing out lanyards and stickers and Zelda paraphernalia. Cannot replace these type of things. I'm not interested in downloading it at midnight all the time or whatever the case may be. I get it. I can get it sooner. I'm okay with waking up in the morning and walking to EB and getting it myself. We're just losing so much traditional things that I think still matter because these companies are scummy, man. You guys don't understand how far they're willing to go to get an extra dollar in their pocket. and we're just going. I just think the gaming industry has just been going down the wrong path and wrong direction for so long, and it's getting to the point where even though I've ignored so much of traditional gaming and contemporary gaming and what's going on, it's coming to a point where I think it's going to affect me no matter what, because no matter where you go, this new precedent is going to be applied to any and all system. What's up, Sensei? Yes, fuck Nintendo and Mario Kart. I feel you. So yeah, I don't know, bro. It's just not it. I'm not excited about this in any way, shape, or form. There's games I don't update because I don't want it to update. I don't. There's a lot of games anytime it tries to update, I say no, because this is the version that I like, and I don't know what the fuck you're about to take away or add or nerf. No, I don't care if this movie is broken. I want to use it over and over. So yeah, Mario Judah still cool. Yep, not $80 for a fucking Mario Kart game. Never worth it. I mean, y'all Americans, so y'all was never paying that. I was already paying that for games, but now in CAD and Canadian dollars, every game is $100 pretty much. The Switch 2 was gonna run us like $700, $600 something, $650 I think I saw. For this weak ass system, the Steam Deck that I got as a gift didn't even cost that much. It was in the 400s. It's crazy, yo. Crazy.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate because all of these moves are not for the consumer, and it's like, why would you ever argue for the fact that video games are ticking time bomb? That after a certain point, you're just not allowed to play them. Why would you argue for companies re-releasing the same game every single generation? This is why I always say that accessibility is one of the fakest arguments ever in this community. Because what the fuck is that? Y'all talking about y'all are willing to buy the same game every single fucking generation? Because more accessibility. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. Games deserve to be preserved. I don't care if it's good or bad. The simple fact that it was created and sold, it's fucking art. Of course, assuming that it's not anything malicious. But it's like the point of it being created and sold, it's art. It is human creation. It is one of the things that one of the only things that we as a species have. It deserves to be preserved. It doesn't matter how good or bad it was. So I do not believe this notion that after a certain point, I just cannot play this anymore. I cannot interact with this anymore. What the fuck is that? That is so dangerous. That's like if you went outside and then you bought freaking a Stephen King novel and then after 7 years the novel just disappeared. What the fuck? I can't even know what just happened.
Or
what type of shit is that?
There was a paragraph that offended Native Indians and they removed it or changed it, and now the story's not the same. Cause they're doing weird backwards DLC cutting, bro. I swear to God, I keep seeing it. So yeah. Even that cowboy game.
Oh, well, hey, yes, actually, yes, Chief, because we know what to not do. We know that arrow games like that is not acceptable. We know that if a motherfucker try to come out here in 2027 to do that shit, to tell his ass no. So yes, even that crazy ass cowboy game. I know you don't know what we're talking about.
You talking about the one where the guy at he's fucking the girls in the pixel one, that really old game?
Yes, bro. The first arrow game in the U.S. I think it was for the Commodore.
And it was like a cowboy. I remember that being one of the most offensive games I've seen. Go ahead.
The whole point of the game is to grape a Native American woman that's fucking tied to a pole. I said this was the craziest. Oh my god!
The things that people were able to get away with is insane. Because
that motherfucker did that. Not only do we know that games could do that, but we know to tell motherfuckers no if they try it again. Yep. So yes, even shit like that. Even crazy shit like that. As I said, as long as it's not malicious, as long as it's not stealing your information and selling it to other people, as long as it's not freaking deleting your saves or bricking your console or whatever, then yeah. So, it's just so strange to me. Listen, as much as Yeti likes snowboard kids, He is not gonna re-buy Snowboard Kids on GameCube, on Wii, on Wii U, on Switch 2. He's gonna buy the one fucking cart. He may buy a re-release of it if they add like native multiplayer to it so you could play online or whatever.
I got
but
it
that's
right here. My
There's
64
no
is right
reason
there. I'm good.
why I should re-buy the same game every generation. I got Skyrim on PS3. I got Skyrim on PS4. I got Skyrim on PS5. I got Skyrim. What the fuck is that, bro? Shut the fuck up with the accessibility because there's no end to it. And that's clearly what's going on. They constantly re-releasing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and y'all sitting here eating it up. It's bullshit. Stop doing that bullshit, man. That's why this whole re-releasing thing is garbage. And even re-releases are not preservation. Because what did Yeti say? They run worse. There's things changed about them. The graphics are different. The controls not as responsive. It's censored. It's edited. And then they be delisting the re-releases anyways. So now you gotta come out with a re-release.
And sometimes I understand because the game is like old and now maybe it's like I could understand re-releasing like Mario 7 Stars whatever now because you're doing your little Paper Mario run whatever. Okay, much as I don't respect it to a lot of degrees, I get it. Nigga, Last of Us came out on PS4. Why is it getting remastered already? It was a last gen system. Like, relax. Just what? That's so unnecessary. I almost feel like I saw Last of Us 2, but maybe I didn't see that one as well. But I'm like, what are we even doing? It's just so annoying. And for the pricing now, right? And just real quick, this is the same controller. What? Because you got the C button there. This is the exact same controller, bro. I'm gonna put my controller in the camera. Just because the shoulder buttons are a different color does not make this a different controller. I just thought because they're like, oh, new controller. This is the same shit. It don't say
$79.99 USD.
It don't say Switch 2 here. The I guess the circle parts of the joystick is different, and you got the C, the chat, the Discord, but nigga. This controller right here. Whoa! I turned off my camera. This controller right here works on a Switch. This cost me $26. Yeah, they're not getting my money. They got me fucked up. And the economy is bad. Inflation is through the roof. People are choosing between groceries and gas. We don't have the money to be paying $90, $80 for video games, or $100 for video games. We're Canadian. Our dollar's trash, so we're getting the even worse end of the stick. But it's $80. Could you imagine getting a sale for a game and the game is 80 fucking bucks? That's the sale? 40% off, $80. I'm gonna play my Pixel games in peace, bro.
That's like the pricing of all of this is crazy. So they really said digital games is going to be cheaper than a physical game. A physical game is going to be more expensive than a digital game. Once again, setting that dangerous P word. Look at that. Why is a physical game more expensive than the digital version? It's the same fucking game. Why are you charging me more to own a cartridge? What the fuck? When it's in production. What the fuck? That's number one. Number two, $70 for a digital game, $80 for the physical game. The controller, the Joy-Con, $89.99. The Pro controller, $79.99. The dock, $109.99 USD, United States dollars.
That's crazy.
This is okay to some people.
Yep. Some people are
Camera,
defending it.
$49.99. Who has this money? Who has this money? Ever since they increased AAA games from 59 to 69, I have yet to spend $69.99 on a AAA game.
Yep.
Yet. Still haven't done it. You think I'm paying $79.99 for fucking AAA? Get the fuck up out here, bro. On top of them not even being listen, I know Nintendo has its own bubble that's separate from everything else. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm not paying no fucking. I'm not paying $79.99 for games whose graphics look like fucking Mario Kart World. I'm sorry, I'm not.
That's the part that's blowing me, because it's like I'm paying this much for something that's actually weaker than what's already out. That makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. It just
But because Nintendo is in their own bubble and their stuff, their economy, their ecosystem, we could just do whatever. How about no? How about fucking no? It's just like I can't even find the words. Okay, y'all want to go back to how it was during the freaking 16-bit era, in the early 3D accelerated graphics era? Watch how fast this shit gonna go right back down to $49.99 being the standard for new games. Watch how fast that shit gonna go that way. Motherfuckers can't pay for this shit, and rightfully so. America's about to fucking enter a recession, or he's projected to, anyways. Look at this shit, bro. Who had the money for this?
I feel like we're already in one secretly.
Oh shit!
They keep changing the definition.
Right, right. But let's not talk about that here, bro. We can't buy food to eat. Can't buy clothes to wear. Can't buy freaking gas to put in your car.
Can't find nowhere to live.
Now I can't pay for nowhere to live. Yeah, now I can't even pay for my own entertainment. What the fuck? So you can't even say some shit like freaking what's it called? Well, I forgot the term. But yeah, you can't even say that shit because I don't even got enough money to spend on entertainment to keep me satisfied. I can't spend on the entertainment. So what am I supposed to do? We just depressed. We are sad. We can't do shit. And then on top of that, Nintendo don't even put their games on sale. They never have. Oh my god, they never have. Oh my gosh, but the DS was $140. Why do you think? Because those sales was terrible. Nintendo's not desperate anymore because of y'all. When Nintendo was desperate, when Nintendo was not making no sales, when they was not moving no copies, yeah, they had to do drastic shit to get people to buy it. And they still didn't really care for it. But they come out with a Switch, and now all of a sudden, every motherfucker has to have 3. Scalping. Yes, I know 2020 was unprecedented times. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend like freaking lockdown era didn't happen. It was different, especially when it came for buying entertainment shit. But at the end of the day, y'all reboosted Nintendo to this point. Now they got a big giant head. They've got a big giant mastermind head, big giant fucking Dormammu head. And they floating around like they could do whatever the fuck. And I'm just shaking my head. Because I'm like, this is y'all fault. Y'all brought up that Switch. Now the Switch, one of the greatest selling consoles of all time. For what? What is the Switch's library, bro?
That's the thing I said earlier in chat, where I was like, all things considered, the Switch I used a lot, but I played mostly indies on it. I didn't play that many Nintendo titles on my Switch. Like Zelda, Smash for a bit. I don't even own that anymore. I gave it to my cousin. There, I took it back. I don't even fucking like Ultimate like that. I never actually. The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that I own is actually my sister's. It's not even mine. I'm pretty sure it's hers. I didn't buy that again. I'm not buying this game again. I already fucking played this on Wii U. Oh, 48 new tracks, and now you can be Gold Peach. All right, whatever, bro. Leave me alone. It annoys me because it's one of those things where you almost wish you could just somehow isolate yourself from the general population and like deal with it in your own bubble. But their decisions and their inability to just be like, as much as I want this, fuck y'all, and vote with their wallet, we gotta pay for. Well, it's all we got. What do you want them to do? And you know what the least favorite argument that Nintendo fans do that I can't stand is that they'll use at least now they did this, or at least now they tried this. And the best way I could think about it is, let's say I worked at a company for 4 years, well, we'll say 2 years, and I'm not to say this isn't true, but I am the laziest. I'm the worst employee, and I don't do shit. I come late, and in year 3, I start to come on time and do the bare minimum. Oh, at least now he moves 4 boxes to the to. I'm not doing shit.
Oh my god.
That's how you sound to me when you make these fucking arguments. Well, at least now, I don't know, the Pikachu moves its left foot 2 degrees higher than the last game. That's what it took to sell you on this?
Oh my god.
So play Cassette Beast.
Holy fuck. Oh shit. Speaking of, so once again, Nintendo is trying to coerce you into paying for their version of Xbox Live, for their version of PS Plus, and they say, "Oh look, now we're adding GameCube games," and this is what people are constantly talking about.
Mhm.
This is what people are constantly talking about. When they say we're adding Game Boy games, we're adding NES games, we're adding SNES games, we're adding freaking Mega Drive games / Genesis, we're adding Sega CD game. Is it the full library?
Nope.
Is it 75% of the library?
Nope.
Is it 50% of the library?
Nope.
Is it 25% of the library?
No!
It's about like 2.1% of the library. This is what people are talking about. Just because they re-release a very cherry-picked amount of games from past generations does not mean shit. That means, so y'all are arguing that the rest of the library of these consoles just are allowed to just forever be null and void, gone to the abyss forever?
Mhm.
Why? Why would you ever argue for that?
And I swear.
How many times are they gonna re-release Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 on eShop, bro? Okay, we have it already. What about the other games on SNES? SNES has way more games than that. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Now here's the thing too. I find the games they choose are ass, and it's like maybe my history isn't that good. That maybe at that time these games were popular, but they're throwing games on there. I'm like, what game even is this? Who the fuck wants to play this? Where are like the actual?
Yo, at, bro.
Hold on, that game kind of goated. I had to play that game just because of the name. Now I'm looking at like just like some random twin stick shooter or something. I'm like, what is this? Where's like, I don't know if Yoshi's Island's there, but like, where's something that like people know about? You're right. They always re-release like Donkey Kong Country and certain ones over and over. Mario 3, Super Mario World, yada yada. I know Mario 3 is an NES game, but like, you're not even putting shit on there I want to fucking play. Where's Snowboard Kids on the 64 thing? Nah, I got it. Like that would be like, oh, like you put something there worth a damn. It's like, no. I don't even see like Goemon or anything that remotely moves me. I'm like, y'all put like some racing game that I never heard of that no one wants to play. And it's not like the greatest $1.99 I ever spent with that random ATV game. That's different. That's the greatest $2 I ever spent. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like it's too far gone. Nintendo has become one of those companies I believe is probably right now too big to fail. Though you and I have seen a couple of cracks in the seams, like with them going after Pal World the way that they are. It's like, why does this matter to you when Pokemon is still very much on top when it comes to creature collection, monster tamer? You don't even, from my understanding, you don't even make the majority of Pokemon money through the video game pipeline. It comes through merchandise, through the anime, the card games, and things of that nature. It's not even you getting it from the games, where you can even put a shitty game out and probably recoup the losses. Not that, I don't know if Scarlet and Violet sold the best, but I know it was selling the fastest in terms of like first week sales at one point. I don't know what the total number end up at, but how can a company ever learn that what they're doing is not good shit, or maybe they need to try something different, or you know, not go from 1 to 3 boxes, but maybe 1 to 100. Just use the workplace analogy. Oh my God, look at him. He's actually working a little bit harder now. He used to only move 2 boxes a day, but now he's moving 4. I'm so fucking proud of him. Let's. What? I don't understand you. I don't understand you, folk.
It's
I don't want to.
sickening.
I don't want to.
It's absolutely sickening, and it's just like, and and all three companies are a thing for this, and it's like I just don't understand why anyone would argue against this, because y'all are not even. If they would re-release at least 50% of the library of these old games digitally, then we could start to actually have a conversation. It's not 50%. It's not even 25%. It's less than 10% that they releasing. And it's the same shit over and oh, well, licensing hell and well, maybe you should have thought about that before making all these arbitrary, stupid ass licensing laws to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yep.
well, they can't re-release Snowboard Kids because Atlas owns that, and Atlas not fucking with Nintendo no more. Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you came up with all these arbitrary licensing laws.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. All of these countless games that are quote unquote lost to time because people with brains. We got ROMs. We got ISOs. We don't give a fuck. Shit. And we collectors too. Fuck is you talking about? I will pay. Listen, bro. I will pay my $200 for a fucking physical copy of Silent Hill 1. I don't give a fuck, bro. All this bullshit. At least now, when I pay my $200, I know that I have Silent Hill 1 forever. I could make fucking copies of the CD. I could make my bin in my queue of Silent Hill 1 20 million times on my computer. I could play it on this PS1. I could play it on that PS1. I could play it on that PS2. All I fucking want. I don't gotta worry that, after freaking the PS5 gone, that PS5's PSN is down and now I can't play my digital copy of fucking Silent Hill 1 no more. It's just, it makes me sick to my stomach. It absolutely makes me sick to my stomach.
And it's like,
I can't believe hold up. I can't believe I saw these motherfuckers talking about, yo, son, they added GameCube games? Yo, I can't wait for them to re-release Day of Reckoning 1 and 2. I said, you stupid motherfucker. They not re-releasing not a single licensed game that was on GameCube. You're not seeing none of them wrestling games that had licensed freaking wrestlers on there get re-released on that eShop. You stupid MF. Get a clue.
get a grip, man. Well, yeah.
But go on.
Simi and I are two people who never really subscribe to the concept of like necessarily video games are dying and they're boring and they're not good anymore. No. You have to know where to look, and if you're solely down maybe like the AAA pipeline to some degree and a lot of the contemporary things to do with those games, I can get why maybe you got to that point. But we've always know where to find things that we like. I find it so interesting for some people who are still excited about many new things to come and many new games. Him and I start to look to the past. This nigga just told you he bought a CRT TV so we can play older games. There's probably a reason for that. Because A, we're losing game preservation to the point where we rather pay a little bit more money to get something we know we can fully own and have and keep, and they can't do anything about it. Even the the 2 copies of Snowboard Kids that I have, they both ran me, but in total they ran me but $100. But I was totally okay with it because I know my Nintendo works, and I'm like, this will be here forever, and I know how to preserve my shit. I don't just throw it anywhere and let it collect weird dust or whatever. I know how to preserve my shit, so I'm not worried about that. It's even happening to a lot of people I know who are like movie buffs or like TV watchers. They're not watching new shows on Netflix or Paramount Plus or Amazon or Hulu or Tubi or whatever. Like there's so many now. I thought the point was for us not to pay cable prices, but anyways. My dad is watching OG Star Trek on his DVD. Not even Blu-ray. DVD.
Well, I just bought that. I can't
Right?
wait to beep it.
Right? It's like, because of the stupid nonsense you're doing, so many people are so many of us are like looking back at a fonder era, and I'm not even a nostalgia merchant. I'm really not. As much as I do enjoy older things like older animation, older key animation to digital animation, stuff like that. That's the preference, not necessarily something that I just behold myself to. As Patagana had taught me, I am more of a primacy bias person than a recency bias person. But it's not. I don't have this starry, glossy, rose-colored look of the past. It's just what the fuck are we doing now? I don't want any part of it. So I'm going back in this direction. Cause it's just so funny to me how much I've been looking at older GameCube games and stuff like that too. I almost bought Path of Radiance for like $100 on Kijiji the other day. I didn't do it, but I really thought about it because I really wanted to replay it. But I said, you know what, I could probably find it on PC and play it there, so I'll do that. That's what I didn't even look. But that's what I ended up doing. Shout out to Vampire Hunter D. Exactly, that's a good ass show. But yeah, it's so annoying. I have one more thing I really need to complain about, but I don't know. This wasn't it. This didn't move the needle in their direction. I don't think it's going to hurt them overall, all things considered. But $80 games, not even being able to own physical copies, or apparently the physical copies cost more, but I still think you still get the download game card. I don't understand. Is there two different sets? Cause that sounds complicated in its own right, but I don't know. I got one more thing.
So don't lose your thought. Don't lose your thought. But I pretty much share the same exact the same exact thoughts and opinions as Yeti does. Like, would I like the Switch 2 to absolutely fucking tank? You bet your sweet bippy I do. Will it though? Probably not. Now, will it sell as fast as the Switch? I don't think so.
I agree with that.
Because of these tariffs, because of the expensiveness of it. But will it still move a lot of copies? I thoroughly believe so. They're still riding the high from the Switch 1, which is so freaking unwarranted. Same thing with the fucking PS4 sales. It fucking sucks. The console sucks. Motherfuckers just buying that shit like it's raw. But anyways, before I get off on a tangent, the pricing is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Nintendo has completely lost their minds. And listen, I'm not even saying that the Switch is going to be as bad as a fucking Ouya or whatever. I think that
bring back the chicken chamber.
Bro, we're old. We're fucking old. I want my KFC fucking PC, alright? But I think that the Switch 2 will have perfectly fine games. Alright? I think it will have at least one banger on there. At least one. Maybe two, but at least I can guarantee it'll have at least one. As a matter of fact, I think I'll go even further to say I think that they've learned their lesson from the Switch 1, and they're going to have, on average, more decent to good games than the Switch 1 had. First party.
Okay.
Alright. But point blank period, the shit is too fucking expensive. They're doing a lot of anti-consumer shit with the DRM shit, with the fucking, the game cards. They're overcomplicating things again. These accessories cost a fuck ton. God knows what they're gonna do later. Cause don't think I'm ever gonna let them live down that fucking Labo shit. Talking about spend $49.99, spend $50 on some fucking red and blue cardboard. Get the fuck up on my face.
I have Amazon boxes I can paint red.
They still going on with this fucking amiibo shit. So I think they have more shenanigans down the pipeline, but it's just too much, man. Of course, I am a hater. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I am an absolute fucking hater. I straight up detest Nintendo with every black fiber of my Negro being. Okay? I won't lie to y'all. I hate them. I hate to see what they have become.
Black fiber is crazy. My Negro being.
They used to release fire, okay? They used to be a great company, all right? They used to have games with you shit. It didn't even matter that they didn't look as good as fucking Xbox. The shit was fire, all right? consistently, not just a little 1-2 fire. No, consistently. Don't ever forget the N64 is my favorite console. That's where this anger comes from. To see their fall from grace is just absolutely fucking sickening. Put y'all out to pasture, man. I'm tired of seeing y'all live as the fucking villains. It fucking sucks. But listen, if the Switch 2 moved you, good for you, bro. Good for you. I won't be involved, but that goes without saying. I wasn't gonna buy this shit regardless. Shit, y'all could even say that this shit would be better than the GameCube, better than the SNES. I still wouldn't fucking buy it. But I just hate to see all of this. Nintendo fucking sucks. They fucking suck. They still fucking suck. All right, y'all not getting another handheld because they've combined their handheld and their home console together in one. So they not getting another handheld. And the Switch 2 bullshit, if y'all support it, it's gonna get way worse. I promise you that.
Yup. And now for the fucking ultimate cap. Real quick. Kirby Air Riders 2 was actually a pretty good game with a decent amount of mechanical depth. But who the fuck is asking for that game? It's a general question. We definitely want a better Mario Strikers and baseball and fucking tennis, which you didn't give us. You give us shit. Who the fuck asked for it? Who's buying? I actually genuinely want to know who that market was for, because I've not seen any clamoring for that game to come back in any capacity since it's been on the GameCube. But you're not a Kirby guy, so let me get to the fucking lie. This is not real. I have not been fooled. And I'm sick and tired of everybody being fooled thinking you're getting a Silk Song. No, the fuck you are not. They revealed this in a sizzle reel. They didn't even give it the spotlight it deserved. And said 2025. Has anybody from Team Cherry made any type of announcement about this in any capacity or an update? No. Have any of the Hollow Knight content creators like Mossbag, who actually has met some people in Team Cherry and yada yada, have any insight to what's going on with the game development and why it's not out yet? No. How did this trick you? How? This game is not ready. It's not done. It's not ready to be launched in any capacity until I, at the very least, see that team come out, put out their own trailer, their own statements, and say it's coming out October 19th or something. And as per usual with me, I can remove this now. I've come to the point that I don't know that I particularly care about Silk Song. It's like Jet Set Radio 3. It's not that I'm not going to play it when it comes out. But it's like, why you take so long? Why did it take Team Reptile to kind of create a spiritual successor with like its Lethal League Blaze, and Bomb Rush Cyberpunk for you to be like, maybe it's time. Sega be like, you know what? We should make a Jet Set Radio 3 and stop just making gum and beat fucking cameos and Sega bullshit. Sega All-Star bullshit. Sega All-Stars Tennis bullshit. Sega All-Stars Racing bullshit. Actually, not a bad game. But get my point, though. I actually like a lot of what I play with Bo Path to the Teal Lotus. I think Crow Sworn looks good. The Ebenezer Scrooge game looks cool. Constance with the purple cum bitch look raw. There's already so many games that I've kind of taken this style and ran with it in ways that I think are interesting or more interesting that I don't even know how much I really care about Silk Song. Obviously, if it drops, I'll buy it, but my interest has waned. And this is a consistent thing with me. Paper Mario, again. You guys have heard me complain ad nauseum about how the first original trilogy of games were great, and then after Sticker Star, that fell off a cliff to the point I just stopped caring about it. I had Born of Bread. I had the Outlast Ghost, which actually was kind of mid. It was okay, but I didn't pay for it, so I didn't mind. And Bug Fables. Yes, if they made another Paper Mario in the style of, Thousand Year Door, I'd be curious. It'd be interesting, but I don't care anymore. And I just feel like Team Cherry and Silk Song with whatever is going behind the scene took too long. And my biggest issue is the lack of honesty and transparency. If something is going on behind the scenes because of development hell, be honest about it. Just come out and say it. I hate when they fucking hide behind the computer and don't say shit. But put this 2 second new fucking gameplay in a sizzle reel. It's just not real, man. Fuck off.
I'm
Fucking
so
urban
happy
legend.
that you brought this up because I totally forgot about it. Yes, for those of you who are not, you know, your brain don't work too good. That's not real. 2025 is not a release date. Okay? And just as Yeti said, if this was really an announcement for this game is about to come out, don't you think that this would not have been a 2 second clip in a scissor reel? Don't you think that I'm not even saying that it would have its own freaking live stream, but don't you think it would have its own segment? If it's gonna be a part of a company's freaking showcase, you don't think that it would have its own segment, seeing how important and popular Hollow Knight is and was to the current indie scene? As I said, think, just think past the initial step.
Think,
Is
Mark.
all I ask
Think.
for. Exactly. These people will not be here in 1,000 years. All right? Listen to your father. But in all seriousness, we've had this conversation before. I believe it was on the last episode of this podcast that we had this conversation before.
Mm-hmm.
This brand standing has to stop. Oh my god, bro. Fucking Shovel Knight. Oh my gosh, bro. Chucklefish, Shovel Knight. Bro, what games do they have? It's just that one motherfucker. What is y'all hype for? Like, this is, I'm sorry, but you have to prove yourself every single time. If you prove yourself once, good.
We're looking. We're watching.
If you want to come out again, then you have to prove yourself again. It's not just, oh, well, you know, I already paid my due. No, bro. We have to stop with this brand standing. Why are we standing a company, a developer, whatever, a publisher, because of one game?
Because
And
Hades,
then just
because
literally-
Hades 2 more better than Cyberpunk. I'm sorry. Stop.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And the funny thing is, too, them motherfuckers just like Hades because they like the art style for it. So they just take the character's art and use it as basis for their roleplay, for their text-based role-playing. But anyways, that's a completely different bag of words.
Yep.
This whole brand standing, you know, and just endlessly writing for a company or a brand, developer, whatever it may be, just because of one thing has to stop. We have to put these people to the fire every single outing. And it's not on no harsh shit, but at the end of the day, this shit costs money. It costs money, it costs your time, it costs your effort and attention. This shit don't come for free. Our time is very valuable. And this whole, oh my god, so, oh my god, Half-Life 3. Why are y'all freaking fiending for shit you haven't got for 8 years? Look at Skaban, bro. I'm sorry, but I have lost a lot of respect for them.
Yep.
Because look at them. Oh, well, you know, we made a mistake. When we announced that we were going to come out with Nirvana, we actually didn't want to develop that. So we put it on hold. Instead, we're going to make a Parasite Eve like in 55 Parabellum or whatever it's called. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to play that because I've been on camera. I'm on record saying, you know, Parasite Eve has one of my favorite and best battle systems in anything, let alone RPGs. Why haven't more people copied this? So to see a game use that battle system, I'm very excited for it. And does 55 Parabellum or whatever it's called look cool? I think it does look cool. But the point being that y'all created this big giant hype for Nirvana and took years to finally come out and say, oh, well, you know, we announced it, but I actually don't want to work on it at this point in time, so I'm not. Instead, I'm going to make a new game. That's what I want to do. That's where it's a betrayal of trust. That's what that shit is.
And why the
I'm
fuck
not
did they
even
block
sa-
me?
Right? Because you one of their strongest soldiers. That NTR is crazy, bro.
What did I do?
It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, it's like I get it. Cause I go through that myself. And not even as a freaking creative mind, but as a creative mind, right? As an artiste, you don't want to be locked into one thing. You don't want to freaking put time and effort into something you don't want to do. But why did it take you this long to finally come out and say anything? We've been waiting for Nirvana for years just to learn that, oh, well, I don't really want to make another visual novel right now. I don't want to work on this. It burned me out. So I want to do something else. So Nirvana on hold. Why did it take you years to admit this? This is what I'm saying. That's why, and it baffles my mind because every day y'all just prove why publishers exist, why parent companies exist. Because when y'all left with y'all own devices, y'all not responsible. I see it time and time again, especially when it comes to freelance and artists, bro. You have no idea how many times I followed an independent artist, an independent developer, and they make something that's raw just for them to abandon it after collecting bank from that initial idea. Oh, well, I don't feel like doing it no more, so I'm not. Like, it's not even to say that you can't abandon it, but just be honest when it happens. Why did we wait so many years? At least Skatebot actually came out and said, "Yeah, bro, Nirvana's not coming out. At least no time soon, because I don't want to work on that. I want to work on something else." They finally came out and said it. You're not even getting that from fucking Team Cherry. They see you every day. Yeah. Don't act like they freaking blind. Don't act like they innocent babies. They see y'all every day.
They got a social media team
telling you shit.
Yeah.
And they not telling you shit. So you should feel disrespected. Point blank, period. At the end of the day, it's trust. Tell us something. I'm not saying that you gotta freaking give us a development log every week or some shit like that. Hell, not even every month, but something consistently. Not just radio silence for years and years on end. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Am I crazy?
No,
I don't even think that's cracking the whip.
Because even some Hollow Knight content creators are scratching the bottom of the barrel. They're like, they don't know what to fucking do. They can't make any more content. It's crazy. I don't know. And they blocked ridiculous. Me. Granted, so I could just look it on my private, but still.
I'm gonna play 45 Parabellum or whatever the fuck it's called, but I'm always gonna look at y'all sideways because y'all immediately said something that y'all wasn't ready to do, that y'all wasn't mature enough to do, and it took y'all years to finally admit, yeah, this is not coming out, and had us all just in the air. Y'all rode off the coattails of your initial game of Valhalla, then y'all rode off the coattails of releasing it in Japan and it being popular there. You rode off the coattails of freaking the Jill plush, just to finally, after taking that money and not using it on Nirvana, but a completely new IP, to be like, oh yeah, by the way, we're not working on Nirvana, sorry. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And Team Cherry doing y'all worse. Cause look how long ago fucking Hollow Knight came out. And then, but y'all still with this brand standing, this developer standing. I'm the mindset of this. No, Skatebon blocked.
Yeah, they blocked me.
I
blocked them. I blocked them back, but yeah.
But like, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yes, for me, I'm like this. I don't need more than one outing from you. If you have one good outing, I'm straight. For example, if Ninth Exodus does not come out with another game after Peripetia, they're gonna go down as one of the greatest developers of all time in my book. Period. Mm-hmm. If they don't want to come out with another game after that, I'm perfectly fine. They came out with one of the most memorable and one of the best experiences I've ever had, not only in gaming, but with Imson and Peripetia. If that's the only game that they develop, cool. If they want to come out with another game, also cool. So I just don't understand this whole, a developer comes out with one game, it may be super popular, it may not be, and then just crazy, unrelenting, unwavering standing and begging and slurping and writing. It's just so crazy. Oh my gosh, Half-Life 3. Valve has consistently shown that they do not want to make software like that anymore. That they want to get into the hardware business. Why are we still screaming about Half-Life 3? Who gives a fuck? Oh my gosh, when are we gonna get Elder Scrolls 6? Listen, I know the importance of the Elder Scrolls series. Alright. It's not even like Todd Howard is done making games. But how many other Western high fantasy RPGs are there? Who cares? Who fucking cares? We have so much more now. Skyrim did its thing. It did a good thing. And now we have a bunch of other good things because Skyrim did a good thing. Move on. Oh my god, Starfield's not as good. Why could that? But that's what happens with this endless standing bullshit. Y'all gotta knock this off, man. And I'm not saying be the most cutthroat, heartless MF ever.
I am.
All I'm saying is be a judge. Don't let developers just get away scot-free with anything. If they come out with an outing, judge them like you judged them the first time. And broaden your horizons. Play other shit. There are a bunch of new 2D hand-drawn Metroidvanias because Hollow Knight did its thing. Go play them, bro. Some are good, some are bad, some are mid, some are excellent. But that's the beauty of it. We don't have to solely rely on Team Cherry. Relax.
Exactly. They be doing tricks on it. That's a fact. What a concept. Organization 13 OG. Yeah, and like, it's not that I don't understand. It's not like I haven't made this mistake before. Like, as much as I do think some Zelda games are not as good as the others, it's a franchise that I champion and love. But they're not without fault and missteps, and I've always called them out when I've seen it, or where I saw it, or when I saw it. But I, over the years, evolved to a point, like even with something like One Piece for a long time, I used to say believe in Oda. Fuck that. Oda gotta earn his stripes every fucking week with the manga page, with the manga panel, with the manga chapters. Every week, you're getting judged on a certain scale. There's no just believe, just trust, or whatever. I don't care if I love the first 3 games in the franchise. I'm looking at that 4th one with a discerning eye. I'm going to critically think about it and then think about whether I want it or not, or if they're moving in a direction that I care about. I don't like Sukeban made Valhalla. That's great. He's talking about some other games they're making. I forget the names. I know about them. It's not that I wouldn't want them. They blocked me, but I'll get Nirvana when it comes out, if it comes out. Just because that's a part of a franchise I care about. But I don't think you need to wait until there's a bad entry for you to start looking at something sideways. Just judge it release by release. You may have liked Sword and Shield, but you looked at Scarlet and Violet and said, "Oh, wait a minute. They moving at 0.1 frames per second. This nigga's leg just turned into Gear 4th and fucking went to the stratosphere and it's a bugging broken mess. Maybe I don't get this one. Maybe I use my fucking brain." But then again, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder how hard a lot of you guys work for your money. So maybe y'all just rich and it doesn't fucking matter, or someone's always buying it for you. But I work very hard for the little that I have. So I'm going to spend it on the things that I think are truly worthy and deserving of it. I like Toby Fox's Undertale. I actually do have the first 2 episodes of Deltarune, but when I realized he was releasing it like this, I'm like, I don't want to buy these by the episode. When you're done the game, come find me. And
oh my god, Deltarune episodes fucking 3 and 4, 4 and 6, whatever the fuck is finally coming out, yo. Switch. Oh my gosh. Come on, bro.
I didn't even know he didn't finish them at this point. I thought when I got it was early. And I got it because it was just very cheap and on sale. But I thought he had already. I didn't know he didn't complete it yet. So I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna.
Nope.
Just wait till it's done. So yeah.
Yup.
Some people really prioritize comfort and familiarity, and you don't grow that way. I wouldn't have grown into the more open-minded person I am in really all media, comics, like anime, manga, and gaming and whatnot, if I didn't open and broaden my horizons. Shonen Jump is cool. Battle manga is raw. But I might want to just have a romance series or an etchy series or a slice of life series or something else. Yeah, I love platformers, but it came a point where I'm like, I don't play any shooting games. I'm sure at least one will resonate with me. That's when I tried like Last of Us and Bioshock, the trilogy, the original Bio. There's not a fourth one. Bioshock trilogy.
Yeah.
I tried. I'm thinking of Mass Effect. That has a fourth game, Andromeda. Didn't play that one. But and like even the Tomb Raider or something like that. I'm like, let me try some first person and third person shooters. I broadened my whole horizon by trying. So I don't know. I even like with like something like Pokemon, I get it. It's the industry standard for Monster Tamer and Creature Collection, but there's so many things. There's so many things out there that do a great job, or even better job, or it's just a different type of Monster Tamer experience that you should try. Cough, cough, cassette, motherfucking beast. Cough, cough, Coromon, like Nexomon Extinction. Even like the Digimon games, I know they have what they have. Cyber Sleuth. What's the other one everyone wants me to play?
Yeah.
There's another one everyone wants me to play. I can't remember what it's called, but it's just like try something different, bro. You got Dokev coming out. I don't know if it's coming out, but Dokev. All right. I heard they're completely changing the game though. It's not even gonna be a Monster Tamer anymore, apparently. So I don't know, but
Oh, so it's not real. It's not real.
yeah, I don't think that game is real. Yeah, I think it was a fever
Just
dream.
a fever dream.
It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. We what was the song again? I can find the song, but yeah, I don't know. So I don't know, man. The gaming industry doesn't look like it's in a good place right now. Granted, I feel this way about pretty much any industry. I think the movie industry or film industry. I'm gonna be a cinephile. This cinema industry. The comic book industry. I can't speak on manga. I actually have no idea. I haven't checked. TV industry. A lot of it's not doing well because of a lot of these dumb practices. And I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot of it is because a lot of people who end up in these positions of power have an agenda more than an actual vision for storytelling. But that's a conversation for a different day. Switch to Direct wasn't it. Didn't move me. Don't particularly care. When the Zelda game drops in like 5 years and it looks good, maybe I might get one. But if that spiritual successor to Ryujinx, or Yuzu 2, yo, we got that Buzu, I'm in there. I'm on that. I will put my straw hat on and sail the Grand Line and feel no ways about it because I truly believe this is the core responsibility of like a, let's just say, official organization or corporation or company for something. You need to make your way of playing, watching, and experiencing something the de facto way to do it. If your UI is annoying, your pricings are stupid, and you do a lot of shady stuff, I'm just going to pirate it. You know what works perfectly well? The VLC player. I could put that shit in a playlist and it goes boom, boom, boom. I don't even need to be connected to the internet. I find Netflix and Amazon and some of these fucking streaming services an absolute annoyance to navigate through. And they don't even actually put it on the highest resolution. You have to go out your way to do that. If you don't have a discerning eye, you might not even notice half the shit you're watching is actually in 720. They're talking about it's 4K. So yeah, it's just, let's just do better. But I'll be honest, I don't have hope or faith. I do think the Switch 2 will not perform immediately as well as the Switch 1. But I do think it'll ultimately end up becoming successful. Other corporations will see it, and then it'll become what's the term that they call it? A incestuous self-eating industry, where they just kind of eat themselves to death at some point. And that's really all I got to say about it. And Hollow Knight's not real. Silk Song's not real. So until Team Cherry says something, don't buy it. And not saying don't buy the game, don't buy that it's coming out. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, political beliefs would be a good element in storytelling if people had thoughts about what they believed beyond this make me sound good or sound intelligent. Yeah, VLC been serving me for years. Facts. Did we slander Nintendo? How did we put something? Yes, we have for a really long time. I don't think the Switch 2 is going to do that as well as fans think it will. If you're talking about a Nintendo fan, absolutely. But I just don't think it'll replicate the immediate success of the first Switch, but I think it'll do fine. That's kind of my projection. So yeah. I don't know if you have any final comments, questions, or concerns, or anything you want to say, Simi, or chat if you have any final comments, questions, or concerns. But I'm ready to eat some food and play some AI Nirvana Initiative.
Yes, I do actually.
Let's get it.
Switch 2 is not getting bought in the Empire. Period. The Switch 2 will not see the light of day within the Empire. Period. Yes, I am indeed a fucking hater. That being said, if the Switch 2 Direct moved you, think about your life choices. Okay? When July comes, I want you to think about the choice you're about to make. Okay? I know I am a punk in nature. I will always at least side eye corporations. Just offer it. I always will. That being said, though, try. I just beg and plead. Try to broaden your horizons. Stop relying on one thing, one brand, one ecosystem, one company, one publisher for all of your needs. Broaden. I'm not saying be hardcore. Not everybody is hardcore. Not everybody's in the trenches. That's perfectly fine. But if you like creature collection, stop allowing Pokemon to be the only creature collection game that you play. At least
Do better. Don't ever play another one. Ever again. Fuck Pocket Monsters.
At least play a ROM hack. There are countless ones out there. Something, bro. Stop just, next Pokemon game coming out, so I'm gonna just go buy that. Please, just something. Watch some YouTube videos. Do some research. Just try something out, man. Try other shit. I know we don't have demo discs anymore. I know we don't have magazines anymore that came with, demo DVDs and demo VHSs that had like 30 minutes, a whole hour worth of gameplay footage from various games and other type of stuff and teasers and shit. I know we don't, but just try. Try some different shit. All right. Try to broaden your fucking horizons. If all you play is 2D games, try to play a 3D game. If all you play
is 2K
games,
you
try to play a AA game.
Stop.
If all you do is play AAA games, try to play a AA game. Play an indie game. If all you play is shooters, play an adventure game. Play a game with no combat in it. Play a story-driven game. Play a visual novel. Play a fighting game. Play a puzzle game. Just try different stuff. That's all I beg. That's all I ask. Try different things. Video games are a vast world. There is a world to explore out there. Stop limiting yourself. Stop having tunnel vision. There is more than what is shown on the timeline. There is more than what is shown at showcases, at a fucking direct, at a, what the fuck is Sony's version called?
State of Play?
Yeah, State of Play. There's more at a fucking State of Play. There's more at a developer showcase, Xbox ID. There's more than any of those three things show you. Google is free. YouTube is also free. You have a phone. Don't act like you don't have a phone. I know you have a phone. You have a laptop. You have a desktop. And even if you don't, take your ass to the library.
And I know you don't have a brain, but go get one.
That being said, I may not, as a matter of fact, y'all already know, I don't give a single fuck about the console landscape at all. And I probably never will again.
That's the right
We
opinion
are
to
PC
have.
Master Race. We are PC Master Race, and we've been so for a whole generation now. That's not changing. But games are still good. I have plenty of games to play, new games to play. You can have new games to play too, if you just broaden those horizons. Also, go back. There are a slew of games, a whole mountain of games, across the generations that you may not have experienced or you may have never heard of. Go look at them, bro. Just go look at them. Just recently, YouTube showed me a video where it says all Game Boy Advance versus Nintendo DS games compared side by side. It's an hour and 24 minutes. every single game that was released on GBA and DS. So one that has a GBA port and a DS port. They showing every single last one of those games. That's cool. You could find something. You could say, "Oh shit, I never seen this game before. I didn't know this game came out. This shit look pretty cool. Let me go play that."
You'd be surprised at how far you can go by just going on YouTube or Google and typing upcoming shooters, upcoming beat 'em ups, upcoming, and you might find something. I promise you, I've seen videos where they put like 20 games in like 15 minutes. And I'm like, that looks cool, and some research. Do some research.
That's it. That's all it takes. You
Or
see,
listen to us. We're right.
I mean, but they don't want to do that, especially me. I don't know why they hate me, but they don't want to listen to the Emperor. They don't want to listen to the Emperor until it's too fucking late. You understand? You feel me? But it's whatever. It's okay. I get it. That's my role. That's why Burn Castle the love of my life, because I watch y'all go into ruin. Then I know that y'all gonna go into ruin, and I ain't gonna say shit. I'm gonna just look and sit my teeth. Shit. But that being said, yes, video games are wonderful. They will never stop being wonderful. Do not let fucking Nintendo NTR you. Do not let Nintendo peg you.
Dude, with no lube.
Just straight raw. Come on.
Big facts.
Be better.
Be smarter.
And that's all the Emperor has to say for the time being. For all the citizens of the Empire that are here lurking in the shadows, we will see each other later as we continue the Spider-Man marathon with Ultimate Spider-Man, that boy Mac Parker. Yes, because Mac from Foster's Home from Imaginary Friends, that is Peter Parker's voice actor. And it's so fucking funny.
I don't know.
Every time he talks, I'm like, bro, where Frankie at? Where's Blue at, bro?
Oh, man.
We will be continuing to play that. We shall have some fun. That being said, me and Yeti bid you all adieu.
Fuck Pokemon.